go. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome. Pat, are you are you stalking me? You would be my first, I think. Um, I don't have a lot of hate watchers of my own. I have a few, but I don't think I have any actual stalkers yet. Daniel Barry, except for Daniel Barry, I forgot about him. No, I'm just kidding. Daniel Barry is he's kind of a fixture now. He's been around for as long as I can remember, actually. Hey, Angel. Transgender, nothing so far. I'm sure you'll find something to try to stir up. Just watch the comments as usual. Or oh, let's see. It's a open panel. Check the news, all that stuff. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that Telegram guy. I'm interested in what's behind that. Um, Nothing new though that I can see. So if you want to come up, talk, whatever. I'm not in the mood for a lot of drama tonight, so probably just regular conversations are best. Philosophy, mental health, autism, neurodivergence, um, politics, I guess, especially if it intersects with philosophy, that kind of stuff. The high level stuff, not the junior high level, the playground level stuff. No, we're not. I don't know what that this topic comes up every now and then about friendship in the panelverse or on social media. What exactly constitute? I don't. I'm not friends like the friends I have in real life. The panelverse is a completely different type of world. I don't have. It's hard to even compare. So I don't know if I mistake these panel people for friends. At least that category of friend. But there are people in the panelverse that I'm close to and I've got to know and that I would be friends with in real life and that I probably would count among friends and treat as a friend even if I haven't met them in real life. But those are that's like a gray area. What rights are you trying what okay, are you in America? Are you in the West and what rights are you trying to get? Cuz I know in some parts of the world they still don't have certain rights that we take for granted, but outside of that, what rights are we talking about? And what is a woman? What is a women's? Let us know that too. And thank you. And thank you, transgender Jesus. Now, if only you could save us from yourself, from your own self. Have you reached that level of omnipotence yet? Save us all. Oh, let me check tweets. What do people call their like? They don't call them X's, right? What tweet is the only word I know, the only possible word I know for these things. Uh, nah, nothing really. I guess it's a slow weekend. Hey, X-Filed. Women make me feel funny inside. It depends on the women, on the woman. But yeah, a lot of them do. Yeah, what do you want to discuss? You can come up and discuss, I guess. Hey, Amanda. Amanda's been up. But I don't treat women any differently. Like, there's no special. like it's a safe space for women to come up. I don't know what women need different than anybody else when they come on this panel, and they don't get anything different than anybody else. So if they can't hang, then this is not their panel. But they're welcome to come up. I don't, unless I'm doing an all male panel, which I do sometimes. But more or less, my criteria, really criterion for who I have up is, are they going to be able to have the type of conversation that I'm trying to have? If yes, then they usually get to come up. If no, or they're here for other agendas or ulterior purposes or to do trolling of their own, then usually the answer is no. Okay, welcome. We used to have that record growing up, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and spoonful of sugar. I don't know that it helped. Like I know you're supposed to like try to make work fun in your mind so that it doesn't feel like work. But I don't know that it helped. It still felt like work. Plus, those kids, I couldn't I hated that movie growing up. Mary Poppins. Speaking of women, everything I don't like about them, Mary Poppins. She's like the ultimate Karen. If you sent me The Exorcist is one of my favorite comedies, and I think Mary Poppins is one of my worst horror movies. If you sent her to my house as a kid, there would be trouble. There would probably be sirens. One of us would probably be leaving in the back of a car. She was the most unpleasant. I'm trying to dance around the B word because I'm trying to be demure and polite. But I can't stand her. She was bossy, bitchy. See, I couldn't avoid it. Authoritarian. She wasn't fun at all. The way she talked to those kids. Oh my God! If any person talked to me that way as a kid, I would never. They would never have my trust. So she probably taught all these good little lessons, but her personality was so unpalatable and noxious to me that as a kid, I could. They're not lessons I could learn from her. Now she did sing really well. She had a real pretty singing voice that I liked, and I liked her in Victor Victoria. But keep her away from the kids. At least my kids. Is you real? Is that really your name? I don't believe you. Let's see. I saw another comment, especially outspoken women. Hang on, transgender's breaking up his comments in little fragments, so I have to go find them. Not in a good way, especially outspoken women. You seem to misinterpret a lot as trolling. It, maybe, I don't know if it's so much misinterpreting as I'm using the word as a very broad category for motives other than a good faith conversation. Mm-mm. No, no, not because of. Because honestly, we didn't have women like that growing up. The women around me were not like Mary Poppins. So it wasn't like childhood trauma. I'm just saying she's an example of the kind of women I encountered later in life that I did start having problems with because they are Karens and try to tell everybody what to do. Yes, I would say men to like any human can be a great caretaker, but I have had I've had both. Like a lot of the I didn't have a lot of abuse growing up. I had a pretty good childhood, but the little bit that I did have, mostly from caretakers, women caretakers. But a lot of the best caretaking I had have also come from women. The men around me were not that care, care. They didn't take an active role, and they were kind of background. They worked in the yard. They worked jobs. They kind of stayed in the background. Now my uncle was a little. He was about like almost 10 years older than me, so he was closer to my age. So he was kind of more of an older brother, and he taught me football and chase and uh, games. We played games in the yard and marbles and stuff like that. So there was that kind of male influence, but for the most part, any kind of nurturing or caretaker or raising or the people that engaged with me the most as a kid were the women. They were the ones doing the like paying attention to me at all. In school, most of my teachers were women. I think every school I was at probably had no more than one, two, maybe three male teachers if you count the PE coach and or the band teacher. Almost 90 some percent women. And again, I had really bad teachers that made school miserable and hated me and were threatened by me. And I had really awesome teachers that I'm still friends with to this day. And no, this is if y'all put that out there, it's because you're not watching the stream accurately. In fact, I don't even think we didn't really have Mary Poppins growing up because the only time we could ever watch movies was when they came on TV, like Wizard of Oz once a year, or Gone with the Wind, or the Hobbit cartoon, um, or The Exorcist, believe it or not. Outside of that, you had to go to the movies, and I don't know that Mary Poppins was playing it. It was an old Disney movie, so they didn't run it at the movies regularly, and I don't think it was one of the ones that came on TV. Now they might have shown it on the Magical World of Disney on Sunday night. Sometimes they showed Disney movies, but I don't remember seeing it as a kid really, other than in little clips here and there. But Dick Van Dyke. Now he looked fun. If you send him to my house, he looked like a fun daddy. Like I think Dick would have a positive influence. Dick Van Dyke would have a positive influence on me. But keep me and Mary away, apart. That's asking for trouble. So I mostly know her from the record. We had the little 45s and her songs. Like one of my favorite songs is the one um the bird. I did see it as a kid because I remember the old lady on the bench feeding the birds. Tuppence a bird, and I would go to bed at night almost crying, like really really sad about that. That was the worst. That was the part of the movie that was the hardest to watch, even as a kid. Mid bro, what's up? I thought, why did you keep that thumbnail, that photo? Do you trust your gay friend? It does not flatter. It does not. The ones you showed after were a lot better. Hey, oh, thank you, Plasma. Oh my God, that was neglect. I came out in my that's like coming on with my the rollers in my hair and my house slippers sitting in my drawers. I felt very naked. Oh my God, I might have to go and clip that stream. Thank you. Thank you. Now I feel fully have all my powers. All right, let's hear about this. I'm curious about this thumbnail.
Bro, it's an avatar first off, not a thumbnail. My thumbnail's an avatar. There's two separate terms, dude.
Okay, well your thumbnail, your avatar. Sorry.
Yeah, I look cool. I look tough. I look mysterious. I look masculine. I look artistic. It's a
I,
play off of Obama, Hope and Change.
it just doesn't flatter you though.
Don't I look tough and masculine?
You look like a thug. You look non-Caucasian. You look intimidating, off-putting.
You don't think it'll attract anybody?
Why risk it? Are you that much of a daredevil?
Well, I want to be a big shot. I need to move up in the world. I need new branding because my other one was just a picture of Spock and someone put logic under it. So
That's true.
I have to change. So
How the ones you used in the Trump thumbnail, if you clip some of those up, those are excellent. Those are some of your best yet.
some of those, huh? Yeah, I was working with Dennis in there. He was like helping me out. He was talking to me on Discord. I was using my Wondershare Filmora. If you pull it up, if you want or not, whatever, It's cool when you put like a background to it,
Well,
like a little. If you look
yeah.
closely at it, it makes it pop. And I had no idea. It's there's like a, I don't know, something behind it. I forget what it's called, but it makes it
You're talking about
interesting.
on the other ones?
Yeah, the pictures I sent you.
Because this blue right here is very somber. It's almost like a dark gray blue with the gray font. It's not uplifting.
Well, it's a play off of the Obama picture, right? Or not?
I guess I don't know if it's worth the payoff.
Okay, well,
But how has it been going? Like, what has it made a difference in your numbers?
I had those two epic streams. I got like 1,000 subs. I got like 1,000
I didn't
subs in
even know
one
about them.
week,
Oh wow,
and
wow.
now,
Are you
but
still doing vertical?
man, I'm trying everything, bro. You're killing it though. Like I look at your streams, you're pulling in like 40 plus
I'm not even
dudes,
doing anything. I'm not doing anything different
bro.
that I sit
Yeah.
down and I turn on the camera. It might be the guest, like if you want to bar Mike for a week or so, you can have him.
Well, I'm just saying you're catching on. I got a bunch of subs, but my numbers are still pathetic. And it's just like now I'm just back to, I'm slowly bleeding subs. I'm fighting for each sub. I'm back
Is
to
it
like,
just you and lawyer chick now, lawyer lady?
no, she comes sometimes, not all the time. It's just me and whoever else I'm going to do. I got something planned coming up. And
So what do you think it is? Because I don't. I've always said you are the strength of your show more than than any content. So do you think it's the content? Do you think it's the vertical? What's making the difference?
well, the thing is, man, I'm like chasing the dragon, bro. I did like, I got hundreds of thousands of fucking. It's not like 100,000 people clicked on it and said, I want to watch this. It was vertical stream. So it's, you know, what
Plasma,
is
I
it?
think this is him embracing himself. I think he's.
Midlife way too focused on subs rather than overall quality and identify. Be yourself, embrace yourself, and don't mask. Well, I don't no, I am myself. I'm real. I don't
He
thank you.
really wants these set. Like that really is
Thank
his
you, Plasma.
priority. Hey,
Well,
Philip.
I want to be a YouTuber. Like I don't understand. Like why is it so bad to admit this? Why
It's
do
not.
I hang out with YouTubers and like oh heaven forbid I want subs. Heaven forbid I want to be a pro YouTuber. Like why is everyone afraid to just say it? Like you want subs. What's the difference?
Hang on, I
I
gotta congratulate Puffy here. This is a big deal. She's going to film school.
hey
She's the one
well
that does art.
did you tell her I'm a world famous actor? Sub to Midlife Bro Logic,
He
Puffy.
is Puffy. If you need somebody in your projects, and you want to fly to Baltimore or fly him out to L.A.
What is his music?
Oh, that's to celebrate. She got to film school. It's just the StreamYard. It's the best I have. Sorry,
Sorry. Hey,
it's StreamYard. But yeah, you could. He comes here to vent. So this is a good place for it. Um, I think there's different ways to be YouTubers, and some have more appeal than others. And I think there's like a lot of people like the authenticity. And if you're just a blatant YouTuber and it's all about clout and numbers, that may be of less interest to a lot of people than watching you be a YouTuber based on your content or your personality or
but it's
the
not.
guests that
It's
you
not.
draw.
It's not. It's not. Like that's the same thing. People are like, oh, people don't want to become people. Ever since nurses got a decent wage, people are like, you just want to be a nurse because you get paid well. And it's like, bro, what's wrong with taking a job that pays well and maybe you like to work? What's wrong
Does
with
this pay
admitting?
well? I certainly don't do this because it pays well.
Yeah, but you have a dream. Don't deny it. You want to be
Yeah,
full
but
time
pay well
YouTuber.
is not. I don't know if pay well is part of that dream. Pay
You
enough to
don't. You
live
don't.
on is.
Listen. Why is everyone so goddamn dishonest? Why can't you just admit, hey, my name is Gen X Jeff, and I have a dream, like Martin Luther King, that one day I can make a full time living off of YouTube. Wouldn't you like
Yeah,
to
I've
get
said
paid
that many times on here, but
$500, $1,000 per
yes,
show?
yes, I would
So
love to
what's so
make a
wrong with
living on
admitting
here.
it? I don't
But that's
understand.
different than the kind of balling I think you're talking about.
Well,
Nothing's wrong with what you just said. I want this to be my full-time career, not even a job. This is a career.
that's what I want. So why is it wrong when I say it?
I don't think it's wrong, but it's not drawing the numbers that you're wanting to draw. And I'm just saying there's different ways because I don't even look at my numbers. I don't talk about numbers. I'm not focused on numbers. We did a little bit. We were trying to get to 500, but I really haven't looked at it much since. People tell me the numbers, but it's more people focused, content focused. And so if you're number focused, if that's what being a YouTube creator is to you, is running through the numbers every stream, that might be less interesting to people.
Listen,
I'm just trying to help you like
I appreciate
troubleshoot.
your help, but in my defense, I talk about things that interest me,
Yeah.
right? And that's it.
Well,
I'm not,
maybe I'm
st-
just more interesting of a person than you, or my guests are more interesting. That's why I
well,
said you can borrow like any guest you see here. Just come and get them.
well, bro,
Guest, if you come on my show, um, this is one of our partner channels, so you implicitly consent to be invited to his as well.
yeah, no, you don't come to the show unless you sub to Midlife Bro Logic. That's the rule, new rule.
Yeah,
And
but you wouldn't know either way if they did.
yeah, I wouldn't. That's right. But I would know if they did and they have it on. I could see it,
Right?
but
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if they unsubbed afterwards because I can't tell. But
But see, there you go, the subs again. This is a chance to draw them to your channel because of something about you or your content, but you shifted it back to the side. That's just numbers. Like numbers are not interesting to most people. They're just generic, abstract.
okay,
So
should I stop talking? Okay, I'll stop talking about subs. But you did ask me how my channel's going, so it's
yeah.
that was kind of a trap.
Well, no, you chose to answer in terms of subs, and honestly, that was what I was interested in because I was seeing. I know that you use numbers as an indication, so I was trying to see what effect it was having on those numbers because I knew that's what you would be using. So I was interested in the actual numbers in that case.
All right, well, I'm not going to fall for that trap anymore.
But in
My
well,
channel's going
what
great.
was it?
I don't look at the numbers, so I don't know.
Okay, well that's not what you just got through saying. So let's
Well,
go with that narrative now. Your channel's going great.
I got something big planned. I got a big another YouTuber who's going to be on who you know of. Hopefully, I can pull it all
Flow
together.
state,
I do
Calcott.
have some real things in real life I have to deal with first. So stay tuned.
Okay,
It's just going to be more. It's going to be more. It's not going to be Panelverse. It's just going to be talking about current and trending things.
good. I,
Okay?
I honestly I think that's an edge too. If you're able to give something other than Panelverse, you're gonna stick out for that.
I don't give Panelverse. Like I had a show the other day. I thought
Mm,
it was a great show.
everybody gives
And then at the
Panelverse.
end, a couple of panel verses came on and ruined it. And you know what I
Yeah.
did? I edited it out and I just completely cut off the ass end of it because it's like, bro, you're not going to
Wow.
turn my show into a gosh darn panel verse. There's nothing wrong with the panel verse, but it's not for me. It's not my style. It's not my flavor. And
Well,
that's what's
you're
up.
in it. I mean, I see you all over it.
I'm not. What panel verse am I? Am I in the panel verse right now? I'm just talking with you. I don't consider
I'm
this a
yeah.
panel
I'm
verse.
kind of
You're a panel
part panel.
verser, but you have a top. No, but you're trying to steer
I'm
it.
like an airport, but there is a terminal in the airport that's Panelverse.
I was going to make a. Well, I just won't make a joke there. Okay. Uh. Yeah.
But
No.
your
I'm gonna.
channel's going good. That's good to hear.
Oh, it's going great. Best ever.
Good. It's good having you in the game because I think I like you for two reasons, and I've said this before. Your strengths, your ability to be vulnerable, I think is good for people to see, and your dedication to like taking this seriously as a job and a career, because I think that opens a lot of paths for people too.
Well, thanks, Jeff. That's the nicest thing you've ever said about me. Usually, you just call me gay.
I don't no. I'm the one that defends you when other people call you gay, and
Oh, thanks.
I'm the one that says I seriously don't think that he's gay. I don't think he's physically attracted to men. I think he's emotionally gay or emotionally like connects with men over women, but I do too.
Interesting. Well, how's it going with you? What is this shirt? Is this some gay shirt you're wearing? Raven House? I can't read it.
No, this was a thing in Seattle many years ago. It was a little house like in the suburbs and it was for autistic and neurodivergent kids. Like they could come after school. They had all these activities. They could study, get help with their schoolwork, and I got involved with it for a little while, and I bought all their T-shirts, and then they lost their funding, and they ended up having to close. So it was like you got just a taste of how cool this thing could be, and then it went away just at that moment. And so the only thing left is the shirts.
Wow. What I really cherish my time with you, Jeff, before a bunch of panel verses come on and just mess it all up. So I gotta speak quickly here because I'm sure someone's dying to jump on, which is fine.
Well,
But
not so far. It doesn't look like.
uh okay, so what kind of I need branding, Jeff. What should I do?
Well, I gave you some thumbnail thoughts.
Again, can you call them avatars, please, or branding and not thumbnails? Because these are two
I
separate
could
things.
try. I think of them as
You're
thumbnails.
confusing me. They're not
but I could
thumbnails.
try.
I mean, did I send you the thumbnails in the Discord?
Yeah, and I gave you my opinion then, how awful I thought they were.
No, I don't think I did. Hold on. I'm on my phone. Let me try to send them to you. It may go off for a second. Hold on.
Well, you sent some. I don't know if you sent the one you have now. You sent.
But that's not. Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm on my.
My exact words. That picture looks awful. It looks like the mugshot of a serial killer on drugs. And I stand by that. Yeah, you talking about Midbro? I think so too. I think if he has the same problem that I did and many content creators have, is focusing your content, like figuring out your niche and what you're good at, and focusing your content in that window, because that's your unique strength. That's like your competitive edge.
Well,
Yeah, these are. Can I show these to the audience? These are so much better.
Yeah, but do you remember my old thumbnails with the green lettering?
Yeah, the acid alien lizard green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dennison helped me with these, so maybe I can learn a thing
The
or
Trump
two.
ones.
Yeah, these are more YouTubey.
This almost makes me wish I was fake gay. I would go fake gay over this. Watch, look at these.
I don't even know what that means, quite frankly. What does that mean?
It's my word for you. Okay, this is the more whimsical one, but still better than the one you have now. And then watch this one. Look at this. Look at this. Is almost false advertising. If you saw this on YouTube, that would arrest your finger immediately, and you would stop to do something with it.
What are you talking about? Can you translate this for me?
Your thumbnails. I'm saying, I'm pointing out how good they are.
Yeah, well, like I said, Dennison helped me with those. I like the old one. Maybe I'm off. What are people saying here? But
the old one being the one you have now, or do you have the old one?
Just available? Go to my channel. Go to my channel. Bring it up.
Switch it and show it to us live.
I'm on my phone, bro. I'm not in my office.
All right.
Go
You're
there.
Talking about the one that's currently on your channel?
Bro, are we talking about thumbnails or avatars? Please stop mixing them up.
Or PFPs.
I don't know what that means.
Profile pictures. That's the little circle things like on Twitter.
That's
Facebook.
Called an avatar.
It's called a PFP as well.
I didn't know.
So, are you? I'm looking. I'm seeing like the videos have thumbnails on them. It's like pictures of Bill Clinton with green writing.
Yes. Everyone, people had an intervention with me. They told me my thumbnails sucked. I was so proud of them.
No, I don't think they don't. They're not intervention level suck. Like I've seen way worse thumbnails. I think those people were up to something. And be careful of people manipulating your channel.
Hold on, someone needs to talk to me.
All right.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Is he more weird than some of the other people?
Listen.
Come on here.
Well, Dennison was part of the intervention, and then he helped me with the thumbnail.
See, what? Y'all didn't watch my video I made. I could tell. Some people have like faulty alarm systems when it comes to certain sectors of the panelverse. I think so.
I don't know what you're speaking about. I don't know. Do you have beef with him now or something? I guess or whatever. I mean, don't answer. But I don't know. Really don't know what you're saying. But he didn't like my thumbnails, and then he helped me with it. So
Well, good. I think if he came up with the Trump stuff, that's the best one so far. He did a good job on that.
Yeah, he helped me. Here, the one of you pointing could be an avatar, bro, just the face on its own.
And the
So
flag background, you have the American flag behind you. That's a good
use
touch.
that. I could use that, right?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll try that when I get to my
Well,
office.
let me correct that here. I'm a bad gay. I have some taste. I have some interior design background, so I can help a little bit with decorating. But outside of that, I'm not the gay that you want to come to. I'll tell. I know when something's ugly. I will be the one that will tell you when that outfit is ugly or that haircut. But or this thumbnail or avatar. But outside of that,
Do a poll.
I do not assume I have the best taste at all. I'm usually the one. I usually have to go to other people to find out what taste to have.
Let me tell you what I hate about gay men. I hate the fact that women consult with gay men on how they should dress. It's like, excuse me, Mr. Gay Man, you don't even want to hit that. So how would you know how a woman looks her best? Like,
Yeah, I couldn't
what
advise. I
kind of
would
a
send them to
fucking
another
crazy,
woman.
what kind of a crazy world do we live in? No, ask a straight man how, we need straight men consulting on how these women should
What
dress.
would you tell them? Like BBL?
What would I tell a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, grow your hair long, wear heels, be elegant, act like a lady, wear a dress that, depending on what your body
That's
type
like
is.
just day to day wear. That sounds like a lot of work just for daily life.
Well, being a woman, a beautiful woman, is a lot of work. You think it's easy? I mean, ask these beautiful women.
I don't know.
You think they just wake up looking like this? They got to put the work in, bro, and they should be treated as such. Come on.
What is how should they be treated? What is as such? Do you have opinions on this woman's rights thing? They wanted to talk about women today.
Who's
So
who?
how should they be treated? Well, there's been some rumblings and complaints lately about how women get treated in the panelverse. Like they get treated a specific way, I guess.
They get treated better because they're a commodity,
Well,
because there's less of them.
they.
And YouTube is like 90% male.
I don't know if better is ever good enough.
Well, it's never good enough for women because they want to be a princess. They want the what's up, King. They want the
My turn.
carpet rolled out, and they play it up. And some of these girls, that's the thing, man. If their sexual market value score is a 5, when they come on YouTube, it's like an 8 because there's so few women to go around that they have to be shared. And remember,
That
she's
explains a
not your
lot now that I think about
she's
it.
not your girl. It's just your turn. Okay, so don't forget that, Jeff. Don't get your heart broken.
Oh, yeah, I haven't.
And
Welcome,
Jeff, you don't
Philip.
fool me. If my girlfriend was hanging out with you, I wouldn't like it one bit because I know you. I know there's a part
Because
of you
we
that
get
wants.
along. Me and her. She's been on the stream before, and yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't leave the two of us alone together either.
Yeah, I wouldn't because I don't care if you're gay or pretend gold star gay. I've seen gay men flip. I've seen gay men
Oh
all of a
no, not
sudden.
in that way. I'm
Yes,
just talking about
yes,
the
yes.
conversation.
I don't trust. If a dude has a penis, one way or another, I don't care how gay he is. Eventually, he's probably going to want some
On
cooch.
your honor, not no way.
What happened is Sophia Loren came back in time and was like, Jeff, you have to
That's
save the
that
world by
old
having
Sophia
sex with me.
Loren was an older lady growing up when I was a kid, so I don't know if that's the best example.
Oh, okay? So then you obviously have a type of woman that you want to have sex with. Who is it?
No. I
Like
can tell you, growing up, the woman that fascinated me as a kid that I
Pamela
thought
Anderson in
would
the
be
early '90s.
was Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, which she would
Yep.
fly around in her invisible plane. That was like my little kid had star eyes for Wonder Woman.
That's the first
She
time
was
you
the
realize.
most beautiful, like goddess-looking woman I had ever seen in creation.
That's the first time you realized you weren't 100% gay, right? That was
No,
your
I didn't
first.
know what any of that was
That was your
back
first
then.
hetero boner.
It wasn't a boner. It was just an aesthetic experience of like the beauty of a female beauty. Because we didn't have like the Linda Carters walking around in the little town I lived in. So to see something like that on TV was very striking.
It is. The hot pants were on point, bro.
Um, let me defer to the menfolk here. We have a broad that wants to come up and talk. What do you
Don't
gotta
let
say?
her unless she cams up. But listen, Jeff, I
And
wanted
she
to
has said
talk to you.
boobs.
you like talking about autism. Something happened recently. Let's try to be professional here for a minute. Or Philip, I'm sorry, I'm just monopolizing the time, bro. Am I over talking? You want to
Well,
spot
I
here?
do want to hear about the autism thing,
Yeah,
though.
he's doing great. You just changed topics so fast. I have a hard time keeping up. But do it, brother. Do your thing. You're
Okay,
doing great. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad Jeff's live. I'm glad to be part of this. So let's go.
let's get it. Okay, so something happened. Something happened on a maybe world stage, perhaps, definitely on a national stage. RFK, of course, dropped out, endorsed Trump. Maybe he's going to get some cabinet position if he wins. I think Kamala's going to win, unfortunately. What a
I
horrible
do
day
too.
it's going to be.
I do
But
too.
let's pretend that Trump's going to win, hopefully. And here's what RFK kind of went off on a tangent. He talked about autism and all
Oh,
kinds of
during his
food.
speech?
Yeah, foods and well, he made a speech first, and then he went to the rally on the same day afterwards. I didn't hear the rally speech,
Oh,
but
and
he
then did a separate talk on autism.
yeah, Trump did two speeches in that one day, in two separate. He did Arizona and Vegas, but
Trump is just one long speech wherever he
yeah,
goes.
he's so boring. Kamala comes in, she drops bombs and leaves. The power is real. But listen, he was talking about increasing rates of autism nowadays, all the toxic chemicals or whatever. I
That's
found
not
it
what.
interesting. I thought of you. And then my second point was, is there really more autism nowadays, or do we just stop locking up severely
Yeah, I
autistic
think it. I
people?
think it's the rates of identification that are going. But there is that Silicon Valley phenomenon where like there's a lot of autistic men and women that get together and meet and marry and have kids, and then their kids, because they're autistic themselves, are showing higher rates of autism. So like autistic parents are having more autistic kids when they get together and
Oh, so
mate.
so
And
do
so
you
if you
think
have a
it?
big concentration of autistic people like Silicon Valley, you might have a higher rate of autistic children there.
I don't know. I think it's also the food. I think some of the food is so fake that if you eat enough of it,
That
it's
is
gonna
causing
affect.
autism.
I think it's gonna affect your chemistry, your internal chemistry, and how and what you can produce. I mean, heck, man, natural sugars affect the way I give me unnatural sugars give me headaches. I can imagine what it does if I have to pass that through to somebody else, like an unnatural sugar to a child. How's that going to affect their brain development? Not having natural sugars.
Like
If
fruits
I
and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying, there's the fake foods that can't be good for a growing person, developing person. If a person like if a mom is ingesting all these unnatural things and
We
growing a baby.
we grew up okay, I think.
Well, we know the fact that if you consume alcohol during pregnancy, you use a huge chance. So if alcohol is just something which isn't even fake, it's natural. Can you imagine what these unnatural things are doing to people if alcohol affects pregnancies? So diet does affect pregnancy and intake.
And
So oh, and a lot of
stress
people are
levels too, like
yeah,
stress hormones.
and a lot of people forget that SSRIs are almost common now, right? The whole thing of like people being on antidepressants, that's common. We don't even know what's that doing to the brain development of a child who is having to ingest now SSRIs through their blood system.
Hopefully they're doing studies or have done studies. But
They're not
those are
worried
good
about that.
questions.
They're not worried about that, Jeff. There's no way to study it. There's no way to. There's no way. Like you have to find
Well, you
somebody
could
who's
do
a
a
teenager.
longitudinal
There
study
is a
over
study.
time.
It's like, were you taking these
Ooh,
pills? Does your kid have autism? It's simple.
But they won't. They won't track
that's,
that. You know how long that like that takes like 10 or 15 years of tracking one person,
but they
hoping that
do
they're.
studies like that. They're called longitudinal studies, where they study a group over time or a
So
But
single person.
well, I don't know if they'd want to do studies about those because that would affect the market on selling
And
SSRIs, right?
another thing that's happening now is autistic people themselves are going into the field and starting to do research from their own perspective. So it's not a bunch of neurotypicals now framing the research anymore.
Ooh, that's what I had a problem with in the past is research that was framed in a certain direction and trying to believe that that was real. That was a tough one in the past. Now I just don't care.
Yeah. So yeah, Barney, no, I don't think it's the chemicals. It's genetic, whatever however things develop in the womb. So
it
that's
could
where the
be.
chemicals would have to be interacting. But there's so many genes involved that they can't isolate to just one factor.
It could be the people waiting to get pregnant until later in life too, right? Maybe. I mean, the odds are higher, right?
I heard that growing up. I don't know how true it is, but like the later in life you have a child, the higher the risk of birth anomalies.
What's the ideal age for a woman to give a kid? Like 22 or something?
I don't
Or
know. Maybe we do need the woman perspective after. Should I bring up
only if she cams up.
women's
Isn't it the
rights?
men's
No,
centric
she
panel?
doesn't have to cam. You just want to see boobs, and you
No,
have
I don't.
fun.
It's
No,
too
but
late, bro.
these women, they want to
It's
hide
Sunday.
behind
It's Sunday afternoon. Why are you not spending time with your lady? Why are you here?
me.
Yeah,
I am with my lady. She's listening to you.
this is what y'all do together.
Yeah, we're having a romantic
Hey,
evening listening to Gen X Jeff. What's the problem?
Are you ready for a romantic weekend? My house or yours, babe? We could get some wine, cook some chicken, and
This is
sit
pretty
around
normal,
and
Jeff.
watch me
Yeah.
stream on YouTube all weekend.
This is Netflix and chill.
I mean, what? Don't
2024.
sell yourself short, bro.
Well,
What's wrong with
Yeah.
listening to Gen X Jeff?
she's a grown
Yeah.
woman. She's making choices.
And she's Wow, interesting.
I mean, you're just trying to
But hi, if you're
trying
out
to-
there, it is
you're-
just weird to me that this is what he spends his time doing when y'all are together.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Have
It would
sex
be my
24
boyfriend.
hours a
That,
day?
Jeff.
Am I supposed to go to Pound Town 24 hours a day? I'm
Is that
freaking
all?
38.
That's the sum of your relationship is Pound Town?
Well,
She's making me my dinner, right?
you want a successful YouTube channel, but then you're saying, how can people watch my channel? Like,
What?
you can't do that to yourself, Jeff. You want
Oh
a
no,
successful
because
YouTube
Jeff
channel.
doesn't. Jeff's like,
What am I
oh, I
doing?
don't care. I don't care if I'm successful. I don't look at the numbers. I'm Jeff. I'm too cool. I'm a purist.
I didn't
Liar.
say any of that, and you
You
were talking
implied
about
it, you
money.
liar, you
not
liar.
you were talking about money. People can watch the
Start a
stream.
lie.
I don't look at the numbers, man,
Who
because
are
I'm
you
so
trying to
cool.
fool?
Because if I
People
want
can
to be
watch the stream.
successful, then I'm not.
Okay,
Then I'm just selling out.
did you find your point? Did you get your point back? What is it? Where are we
Oh.
going with this?
So we got a
God.
girlfriend that hates the panelverse. Why would the girlfriend hate the panelverse? Is she because it's taking time away from?
Maybe she's relieved, like, oh God, thank God he has that to do while he's at my house, so I don't have to put like. Maybe
Maybe
she's in it for
Panelverse.
just Pound Town.
Yeah. So
Well, I'll have you know, I feel like I have many more qualities than just my male organ. FYI,
I think you do too.
I'm a YouTube internet celebrity for one.
You play the guitar.
I play the guitar. I
You're in
also
movie. You're a professional actor.
I'm a freaking
You're
world
very
famous
artistic. You're more
actor.
artistic than I am.
Yep. Right. So I have a lot that things that women like. I know how to cook better than anyone, honestly. But she's gonna. It looks like she's
Right.
cooking now. So hey, I
Are you
give a
going to
great
be all
massage.
critical of it?
What?
Are you going to be all critical of it? Like, I could have done that better, but thank
No.
you, honey.
I don't do that. Do I do that,
Okay.
baby?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Do I do that? She says no.
Okay.
yeah, he wouldn't be in a relationship if he did that, bro.
Surprised. I don't know how it's a relationship now, but
Why are you? What's wrong with my relationship? Are you trying to what? I don't know.
because you're in a relationship that you spend the majority of your time on StreamYard when you're with the person. That's a little weird. Or maybe that's not weird. Maybe that's the modern world. Maybe we're in a new age where that is
Well, so
romance
Jeff,
now. Because
What,
that
I
is
spend the
life
majority
now.
of my time watching your show. I mean, really?
So wait, if you were
Not
in a
that's not my
relationship,
show, but just on YouTube.
would you not be here, Jeff?
Huh?
If you were in a relationship, would you not be trying to do YouTube?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I want to say no. I would be spending time with the person. Why would I want to be here? But then at the
I
same
remember when
time,
I was in a relationship, like we did our own things, and there was this amount of time that we did spend together. But mostly, had our own hobbies, we had our own lives, we had
Yeah.
our own family, we had our own friends. So there was time for each other, but we were mostly doing our own thing.
yeah. And when we got together, we did things together, like watch movies, went to dinner, played
Now,
games.
see,
Like
me and
we
Jeff
did
and me
us
and, like,
activities.
this is the thing. Since I'm quote unquote vulnerable and open about my feelings and this and that. People just feel like they can just come in and drop a deuce on my face because it's funny. And it's just a way of him putting me down to feel better about himself.
Is this you being all womany again, like in your feels?
No, I'm just being honest. Like, why else would you complain about me listening to your show with my girlfriend?
I wasn't doing any of that. Your head has already warped it into something that it was.
Don't you have anything better to do? If I had a girlfriend, I'd do something better. Like, oh, I'm sorry I'm not spending my time the way you would want to spend your time if you were me, bro.
Hey, I'm just asking
like I said,
questions.
my dick doesn't work 24 hours a day, so I have to find something to do.
So this is this is like the in between moment when you're
he's recovering right now.
Decompensating.
I mean, I have not had sex while listening to your show. If it's like a challenge, I could probably do it. Now I kind of want to call in when I'm fucking her.
Hey, if you need to go, I don't want to stand in the way. But don't all this stuff you try to paint me as right now. Don't bother with that.
No, you
people
again,
are not
good.
Stupid.
You are good at holding me accountable, and I appreciate it. But you have your freaking walls of Babylon up around you, and anytime I get close to scaling the walls, you act like
what does your girlfriend and your relationship with your girlfriend have to do with my walls?
Then we find out who the bitch is, Jeff, and it's you.
What does that have to do with my? You're making stuff
accountability.
This is why your numbers are low. You making stuff up.
You are the queen of no accountability, sir. Just like a whammon. But I love you.
No, people want to tune in for real shit, not this fluff you're trying to.
This ain't fluff. I'm getting close to. I just scaled the walls of Babylon.
What wall specifically? Because we were talking about your relationship with your girlfriend. So what wall of mine would we be scaling in that conversation?
You like to put me down to feel better about yourself. That's basic shit.
I don't like putting you down. There's something about you that makes, maybe it's projective identification, but there's something about you that just makes it easy. I just find myself doing it. I don't even think about it. You just draw it out.
Because I think it's
maybe I'm a bully.
It's shtick, and I find it amusing. I'm game. I like it.
Well, then how is that a wall, an iron wall? Then
because when I really try to analyze why you do it, and I think I've identified it.
Okay, I just didn't think it was that much of a wall. It's like a little piece of sheetrock.
There it is. It's you. This is when we find out who the woman is in a relationship, and it's you, right? Because you have no accountability, sir or ma'am.
This is where we find out that it's a relationship at all.
It is a relationship. Stop denying our relationship, Jeff. That's another thing I don't like.
Relationship for sure.
We have a panel relationship, and it's real, baby. It's fucking real. I don't care.
Where's my other stalker?
Seattle or Tahiti or Easter effing Islands. We have a relationship, and you like it, and you want to admit that you like it. That's another thing I don't like.
No, we would not have a relationship because I would not date someone that came over to my house.
We're not dating. We're not dating.
Time on YouTube. That is.
We're not dating, sir.
I would never have a relationship with that person.
We have a relationship. You're happy when I come on. Stop lying.
Relationships are consensual. Don't tell me how I feel when you come on. It's very mixed.
Just like a
it's
woman.
a roller coaster of emotions, like it is with most women.
You are scared to admit that you like when I pull up. You're scared to admit your true feelings.
I don't have any different. I get it. I'm like, oh, there's.
I'm great for your show.
He's like a cool with some water. Like what's
panelist. I feel the same way when Philip shows up. Like, oh, there's Philip. I get this little burst of excitement. It's not any more than that.
Listen,
no, a little bit more. He's got
ice your panties down.
Jeff, I don't know why you feel the need to constantly talk over me as soon as I get close. As soon as I scale them walls, you start talking over me and you lower my voice.
There you go,
like that. You don't let me finish.
Okay,
look, you may like Philip as much or more than me, but either way, you still like me, and we have a relationship, and I want you to admit it right now.
What I'm trying to understand this relationship that we have.
We are YouTubers, and we have a YouTube relationship.
Like coworker, we're like coworkers.
It's like building a brand.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah, okay. He does. Let me put his channel so you can go give him a bunch of numbers.
This guy
but I'll never know because I don't look at my subs because I'm a purist. Lol. I don't care about my numbers. I do it for the love of the game, baby.
I don't look at my numbers.
I don't. Yeah, me neither. Because I'm too special. That's why you had a 500 sub special. I don't look at my numbers, but let's have a 500 sub special. Okay, Jeff.
For that.
Girl math. No accountability. Please stop it. Go back to girl algebra.
Who am I accountable to? Who am I accountable to? Who am I? Yeah, who am I accountable to her
You're
for
not
what?
accountable to anyone because you come with that girl energy, Jeff. Typical female. What
I
are your
think
pronouns?
accountability is a girl thing anyway. Like, why am I accountable to you? I'm not. I'm not that
You're not
collectivist.
accountable to yourself. You're not accountable to reality. You deny reality, bro. Stop denying. You're so good with everyone else, but when it comes to yourself, you're just like you're a plumber with a leaky faucet. I
I
swear to
don't know
God,
what
you
I'm
are.
denying that we have a relationship. I just agreed that we were coworkers.
You deny everything. You deny. You say, "Oh, I never look at my numbers, bro." You had a 500 sub
This is why.
special
Speaking of
live,
numbers,
huh?
speaking of numbers, this is why yours are low. And don't come over here and do to my channel what you did to yours.
Listen,
I'm trying to keep my numbers
I
where
don't
they
know
are.
what my numbers are at because I only do it for the love of the game. I'm a pure YouTuber. I don't care
Yes, you
about
know
numbers
this.
or money or subs.
And this is
Lol.
before the actual women have even come up, and we're having
Man,
woman
there ain't no women
problems.
coming up unless they, cam up. This is a men's channel, Jeff. Don't let women
I would
subterfuge,
never
infiltrate,
guess
and
that
destroy this
your
and grift.
girlfriend or your lady is next to you right now, like letting you act like this and talk like this.
What, do you want me to prove that there's a girl in the room?
No, you don't. No, you don't have to prove it to me. I just can't believe that this is
Well, you're gay
this is what y'all are
anyways.
spending your
You're
time
gay
doing.
anyways. You don't know how to please a woman, Jeff, even though you still want them
Yes,
secretly.
I agree, and I
Come
don't
out of the
try to.
closet. You're slightly hetero, bro. I know it. You just confessed that you want to have Wonder Woman. Who was Wonder Woman? Was there a man? Was there like a Wonder Man, or who did Wonder Woman hang out with?
Superman, right? Wasn't that Wonder Woman? It was Christopher Reeves when I was growing up.
Superman and Wonder Woman. But
I don't
there's
know.
Superwoman, isn't there?
Supergirl.
It's
But I think she's part of Superman, the Superman universe.
yeah, you want to fly around in that first class.
That
Clear
would
jet.
I would take a ride in that jet. That doesn't seem
You'd sit her
half
in your
bad.
lap. She could
No,
grab
she
the
doesn't have to be in it. Just the jet.
yeah,
Like,
she could sit on your lap. It's only a one seater. Lucky for you. And you could grab the what's that thing called? The
the
stick.
cockpit. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
get her in the cockpit, sit her on your lap, and grab that stick in between your legs, and teach her how to pull it. Lol. And then you can come out of the closet at least 10% straight.
every straight man's fantasy I got to have.
All right, so I don't know what else.
Who's the modern women today that you like, Jeff? Is there any women that you like today that might be up to Linda Carter's standards? Like none?
No, that was peak woman for me.
That was
It's just
peak.
downhill
There's
from
no
there.
woman at all. Wow.
Let me
Gina
just talk.
Carano,
Let me talk.
thick.
Who are you suggesting?
Carano.
Wait, let's let
Uh,
Midbro talk.
No, actually, sorry, no. I like Phillips.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Gina
find a modern
Carano.
woman for Jeff.
Oh, for
Gina
Jeff.
Carano.
I
She's a
couldn't
little
even
big.
name modern women.
Yeah,
Who's
but
a modern
you might
woman?
like that. You know, the super dominant female.
Oh yeah, no, good point. And she kind of has a similar
Look,
look. Yeah, she's
I
very
already told my
beautiful
Mary
there.
Poppins story.
Tell me.
We got to hear. I didn't hear this Mary Poppins story.
No, just what a domineering bitch she is. Like if you're into femdom, I guess Mary Poppins might be your lady. But as a
I'm not in the
kid,
femdom at
hey,
all.
leggy.
I'm not femdom at all. No thanks. But maybe that's what you're into, Jeff.
Yeah, I could tell.
There's a porn star named
I
Cherry
could
Poppins.
definitely tell that the woman sitting next to you is not a femdom.
There's a porn star named Cherry Poppins, Jeff. Check it out. Rub one out to it and let me know how it works.
Mary Poppins. That's probably one of the better porn star names I've heard, dude.
Actually, I don't know what she looks like, but I just know her name because it really stuck out. It was hilarious. Just like there's gay porn, Jeff. I know you've seen it. It's called Shaving Ryan's Privates.
Mm-mm.
How did that go?
I don't watch porn movies. I just look at pictures.
Shaving Ryan's Privates. I like this trend on
haven't-
Instagram where they have like gay acting. Have you seen
Oh, I
the one?
know. Oh, not even
the,
gay. The straight acting's just as bad.
No,
And I always
gay
got
acting
that was my problem with porn. As I got sucked into the plots, like they set me for this plot, and it didn't go anywhere, and I was left hanging. Like, well, what happened to this storyline they had set up?
Dude, the
So,
gay acting is hilarious.
so Jeff,
Yeah.
from your point of view, the DEI for Hollywood, and they want people to not reflect the character that they're portraying. So they don't want like a big name person trying to be a gay person now. They want a real gay person being portraying a gay person. Do you think that's going to affect movies and how people like movies, or is it better that a big name person pretends to be gay in order to fulfill a role?
I think that there will always be an audience and an appreciation for quality acting. So I think whoever's in the role, if they're doing good acting, whether they're gay or straight playing a gay or whatever, like was it Tom Hanks in Philadelphia and Patrick Swayze in that drag queen movie? Straight men have pulled off some amazing gay roles that I would not want to lose as a piece of art, like as an art form.
Oh, cool.
So my standard is the quality of the acting and how well they're executing a role, more than who's doing it or what the identity. Do the identity boxes match?
What you gonna do when I win an Oscar, Jeff, for my acting?
I don't know. You want to do a stream? We could do a celebration stream.
We could,
Okay, perfect.
yeah,
I
24
watched
hour stream.
a almost gay movie the other day, a classic called Midnight Cowboy. It had Angelina Jolie's dad in it and Dustin Hoffman. Have you seen that?
Oh, who's her dad again?
I don't know. John Voight.
Oh, right. Women. I don't know any modern women actors. All I watch is reality TV. So they're not.
That's horrible,
They're
Jeff.
not actresses. Julie Chen, maybe.
You watch horrible stuff, dude. You really do. Your brain
Well,
is
you
mush.
star in even worse stuff. So I don't know.
Dude, I'm
why
in
you're the one
great
to
movies.
evaluate what I watch.
I'm a great actor. And
I wouldn't know. I couldn't get past any of the scenes in the show. They had this big black hooker sitting on Santa Claus's lap, trying to
She
get with
wasn't a
Santa. While
hooker.
this
She
is in a
wasn't a
mall. There's
hooker,
these little
Jeff.
kids in line watching this. Like, what kind of smut do you star in, sir?
She wasn't a hooker. She just happened to like Santa Claus. She was turned on by him. And hey, maybe
And
that's
she
her
happened to
fantasy.
be dressed in like lingerie and.
Are you going to be a sexual prude and shame her for her desires? She wants to get it on with Santa Claus.
No, I see. I didn't even get as deeply into the movie as you just did. Like, I couldn't even get to that part that you just got.
You just told me about it. What are you talking about, bro?
No, but
Yeah.
the level and depth of analysis and characterization.
Well, you have to watch You have to watch my scenes. They're great.
So that brings up another good point that another comedian, Dave Chappelle, brought this up. If people dress a certain way, should we treat them a certain way? If that lady was dressing in a certain way that made you think that she was a slut, but she isn't, because that's she wants to dress like a slut, but she's not. But that's what she portrays. Should we treat her that way?
Who we talking about?
Just people in general, how they dress.
Oh.
You saying that lady was dressing in a provocative way, but maybe that's what she.
How
feels like
how would you treat her differently? You talking about if you just saw her at the grocery store?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't treat her any differently than anybody else. I'd be like, get out of my way so I get the product.
No, people need to dress nice. I mean, give me a break. What, Philip? You're right. If I see somebody with a face tattoo, I'm not going to take them seriously.
You're just a prude.
If they have an anterior neck tattoo looking at me that says,
Karen
like,
in you.
live forever, or, three
People
dots
have
on
the
face.
right to have all that. That's not your business.
Yeah, they have the right to have face tattoos. I have the right to be like, you're addicted to crack, and I don't want to be around you because it scares me.
You do. You do have that right.
So, okay. So let's unnormalize face tattoos. Let's unnormalize anterior neck tattoos. And
How are you going to normalize or unnormalize anything?
By the way I do anything nowadays, I'm a very influential, world famous internet celebrity on YouTube, right? And I am ground zero for causing the shift. They're causing a positive shift in American and global trends. Okay.
Kamala's still going to win.
Well, I'm going to fight. She is. And I hate it, but I'm going to fight back.
This will have a support. This will be a support space for the next 4 years, at least.
So what about what do you think about places that enforce a dress code? You know what I mean? Do you care about places like that? Like you have to have just a basic dressing just to enter the
Yeah.
establishment.
That's always a red flag for me because if they're paying attention to that, what else are they paying attention to that I'm not gonna meet? Like, what other
Well,
gatekeeping are they looking
I
for that I'm
heard
not gonna match?
I heard the reason they're doing that, they're trying to set a standard for the
Yeah, I
place, which is
worry
a
about
basic
that.
standard. Yeah. And
Basic for
like
some people, but it's not always basic for people like me. So they think they're setting like a standard here, like the limbo pole, like just very high. But for people like me, it's they're setting it way up here or way down
yeah,
there, whatever.
but like I'm saying like, this dress was like don't wear your nightgown to buy fried chicken. They had to enforce that because people were showing up in their nightgowns.
You talking about that turkey leg joint? It's
They
a
said
black
no
place.
bonnets. Yeah, no bonnets. And
Yeah, but
yeah, and
I
it's
think
just
they're
like,
getting
well,
divorced, and there's a whole scam. I think that whole restaurant chain's falling apart through divorce. But yeah, no, I am familiar with that.
yeah. So
It's
I
to,
was like,
it's to keep the riffraff out. Good, because I think it's great. You
But
know,
that's you. How does clothing tell you who the riffraff are?
if I pull up to a restaurant and I see a bunch of dudes with their butthole hanging out, looking like gangsters, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to eat here.
See, what restaurants do you hang out with that I don't even know about? See what I'm talking about? You have
Kennedy
this whole little
Jeff is
secret gay
asking for a
world.
Kennedy
friend
Fried
where this
Chicken on the
restaurant
corner.
is.
Okay, right. If I see a bunch of let's just say less than
They
desirable
stand on the
people,
corner and eat fried chicken with their butthole hanging out. I'm sure.
they do a
That
Kennedy
does
Fried
sound like
Chicken.
the hood, the type of hood you would live in.
Well, I live in West Baltimore, sir. I live in the hood, right? But some places they don't allow that shit. They don't allow hats. They don't allow do rags. They certainly don't allow push shiesty masks. They require you cover your butt. It's a shame we have to have these rules. I mean, but I don't know. Maybe some places men want to walk around with their butthole hanging out. Hey, and good for them. But please, I don't want to go to that place, and I love it.
Well, apparently
Suit
you
and
do,
tie, let's
because
do it.
I didn't even know they existed until just now. You actually pulled up to it.
You're going to sit here and act like you never seen some.
I
Let's
have
just say,
never been to a place, fried chicken or otherwise, and I've been to the little back room of gay leather bars where you have to like move the black plastic away to get in, and it's pitch dark. I've been to those, and I have not seen what you just described of people standing around with their buttholes hanging out.
okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe I was a bit hyperbolic, but you know what I'm talking about.
Ah,
And stop being stupid.
don't
I'm
do that with
talking about the
autistic people.
gangsters who have the boxers and they literally pull their pants down below their butt. No,
that's
I've
what
never
you're
seen them
talking
walking
about.
around with their anus winking at me, but you know what I'm talking about.
All right, can
And
we go down
I
that
do
path
now.
real
I
quick?
didn't before.
and we
I
need to
didn't
keep
have
those
quite
people.
that.
And some
I
people
had more
don't want them
vivid of
around
an image.
because those people cause trouble. They bring guns. They're just a problem all around, and they bring the value of a establishment down. Facts.
So
That's
Speaking
what's
of
up.
bringing things down, I worry about. I'm worried about my own numbers now.
so
Well, if you want me to leave, I'll get the hell out of here.
No, I don't,
don't
because
go.
it's
I
a
think my
chance to
woman.
analyze what's happening on your own channel. I can see it live and get some thoughts, but it could be content related. Now that I'm getting
Yeah.
a chance to
Well,
look at it.
again, here you go, going off on this and that, pretending like you don't look at your numbers.
How
and
do
you can
how
show
do
your
I
ass
how do I
again, just like there's people that show their ass. I don't talk about this on my channel, FYI.
Can we explore?
I know
those
you
guys?
come here and talk about it.
Well, what do you want me to
Can we-
talk about?
Can we explore that? The guys who do that. All right.
Yeah.
So there's that. What is it? It's
You
a
want to explore
stereotype
their butts?
that
You come to the right
people who
place. Jeff is the host.
No, where it came from, and then
Exploring
sort of-
butts is Jeff's specialty.
Yes,
Can you
that's why I
let him
wanna go
talk,
there.
please?
Yeah. So, I heard the idea was sagging came from prison. It was a symbol that you were available or that you were that type of person. If that's true, then how did that get translated to the street and missed? Like, I don't get why that's so popular when we know where it came from. It isn't. It didn't come from. Yeah. So how do you feel about that, Jeff? That sagging is supposed to be related to being gay, but a lot of people aren't gay who sag.
I didn't know that's what it was related to.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But
that's what it came from
nobody at the
prison.
clubs was dressed
Well,
like that. I don't know why.
I don't think I guess it came from prison. It came from the idea that people would do that to let the other guys know that, I hang my paints low.
originating from prison uniforms and popularized by hip hop and skate culture. That's right, because I remember the little skater boys would do it like that too.
Well,
Um,
yeah. Well, skaters didn't sag. I know that. It affected performance.
One of the most widely repeated stories proposes that in the American prison system, sagging pants were a sign of sexual ability, and this is where the trend first originated. However, both these theories are untrue.
Oh.
The real origins did come from the prison system, but not as a signal that the wearer was up to. Because that wouldn't make sense. Like, why would people wear like no
It makes perfect sense, Jeff. It's like,
that a
hey,
gangster
look
would
at this.
emasculate themselves to the point of
It's like,
signaling
look,
that they're
I'm
available for
I'm
anal sex?
I'm
That's
anal receptive.
I'm
I
so
want to be a
masculine that
bottom.
I feel
It's just like
comfortable
wearing a
enough
two-bit
to
handkerchief
putting
on your
myself
left or
out
right
there as
pocket, Jeff.
available for
It makes
anal
sense.
sex.
It
That's
makes
how
sense.
not threatened my masculinity is. Um, it was they were given uniform. Okay, prisoners were often given uniforms that were several sizes too big for them, and due to suicide prevention efforts, were not allowed belts, and that caused the pants to sag. And as prisoners were released, they continued to wear the pants that way because they had been doing it in prison, and it creeped into the hip hop culture from there.
And skateboarding culture.
They
just
were
street
soon
culture.
brandishing their buttocks above their jeans, but not everyone was as accepting of the new trend. A lot of older people saw this new craze as the height of disrespect and met it with widespread disapproval. Those are the Karens I was talking about earlier.
They have a good point, dude. We don't want to see people's drawers and.
Hey, you can call me a Karen all day.
I'm
I don't
like
want
the
to see some
Karen
dude's
of the
butthole.
Karens. I'm the one that polices the Karens.
I
And
don't
you
want to
were-
see some dude's butt. What is it? Call me a Karen. Call
Then
me a
don't
clip.
look. It's
How am I supposed to
simple,
not look when they're
easy.
walking around everywhere with their butts hanging out? It's
Well, you have
gross.
to look. Are you not in control of your eyeballs?
So why don't I just start walking around with my dick hanging out? Is that okay?
Try
Where
it.
do we draw the line?
Go try it.
Where do we draw the line, Jeff? You don't live in the hood, bro. Sometimes they literally pull their pants down to their freaking kneecaps and walk around with their butt hanging
I
out,
used to teach those kids. They'd come to school like that.
bro. And you're like, okay, go ahead.
I never worried about dress
Nice
code.
butt. Did you? Well,
I was.
I'll be
But they
quiet.
had this thing. Like we'd have teachers meetings that'd be like, the kids are wearing this and this, and look out for this, and pay attention. I didn't do any of that. I'm like they can wear what they want. I don't even care about that stuff. Y'all pay
That's the
attention to
problem
it.
with America.
So
You
I
let
never
these-
policed the way they dress.
You should.
But a lot of the other teachers would.
Yeah, because guess what? In the end, you don't hold them to you hold them to no standards, and then you get no results.
I held them to educational standards, not
Well, guess
fashion
what?
standards.
You could be the smartest person in the world, but if you show up to a job interview with your butthole hanging out, you're not getting the job. So what's up?
Well, my last job, I wore antlers and Satan T-shirts, so I still got
Really?
it.
I don't even know what's up with that. So I'm just I don't even.
Yeah, go right. That's what I do too. Same on YouTube. When there's like a person on YouTube that I don't like, I just don't watch them. I don't go follow them all over the panelverse. Try to see more of them. Hey, Spike.
I don't know what you're trying to say. You're just denying reality. Typical
Oh no, that
female,
wasn't about you. That
right.
was a
It's like,
subtweet
okay,
to someone
yeah,
else.
there's a bunch of dudes walking around with their butts hanging out. Oh, I don't see anything. It's
So
totally
you're still
cool.
on the but you are still
Yes.
you're the only one that comes up and has these types of conversations here. I
Well,
never
actually,
bring this kind of stuff up.
I didn't even bring up the topic, so stop trying to put it on me. Facts are
Of
facts.
the people
Philip
you
brought it up.
did, you said there was a fried chicken restaurant where people stand outside and eat chicken with their buttholes hanging out.
Philip brought it up.
I brought it up. I brought it up. Yeah.
You always
He
trying
just-
to put me in the bad box, Jeff. But the fact is,
You're
that's
so
I am a
persecuted.
freaking.
Why
I
are you
am
so much of a
star peg.
masochist
I
that you
am
come
a-
up on panels that treat you so poorly so you can cry victim for an hour and 9 minutes?
I am a star peg, and I don't fit in a square box. That's what's up, baby. That's
Me
what's up.
too. Same here. You're in the right place.
So midlife and Jeff, I noticed a couple times you guys have gone around town and done some streams from that, and done streams walking around town, like talking to people and checking out stuff. Are you guys doing that again soon? Because that was kind of cool.
I love
like
those
that.
kind of streams.
I
I do them when I think there's something interesting to show, and there's usually not where I live.
Are there any interesting restaurants you want to check out that have good food that you can show us in your local
Like
area?
stream a meal.
Yeah, like they do that all the time.
I,
They stream hanging out with you. That's the
We could
concept.
do like Panoverse dates where two people on the Panoverse go to a restaurant, separately, but sit there and stream and eat the meal and stream it live and have the
That's
date. I would do that. If
that's
anybody
not a
wants
bad
to go on a
idea.
Panoverse date, Dutch, uh, hit me up. We'll
yeah.
stream it.
Well, if you're offering me, thanks, but no thanks. Philip, I don't want to. That's not content for me. I don't really want to like show like my personal this and
Well,
that,
stick
like
with the
daily
content you
blogs.
have now. That's
Well,
doing
But
so
do
well
I
for you.
did
the
famously go in front of the White House and yell at Joe Biden and try to interview people. I just scared
I
people
saw
away.
that. No, that was a good. I like that one.
I like that
I
idea.
went
It
to
was very suspenseful.
Kamala Harris's rally that just was like secretly announced the day of, about 30 minutes away from where I was at. And then I went to,
That Palestinian protest.
I did Pal. That was my first one. That was cool. That was in
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Can you
I'm
do the
looking for things. I'm looking for reasons. Yeah, I'd like to go. I wanted to go to the Trump rally, but my car I had to get fixed, so I had an excuse there. But yeah, I do. Do you see something in the Philip? Do you know the DMV is Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia? If you see anything up and coming that you think would fit my politics and trending topics live stream, yeah, I think I'm going to do some local Baltimore stuff because I got.
I
a
was
lot
about
say
to
about that.
ask if you've gone to one of those council meetings in person,
What council meeting?
like that mayor that you like so much.
Oh, I want to. That's on my list. Yeah, I want to go up there and tell them how much I hate them. So that's on my list.
Take
Did you
it to the
see
next level.
the Matt Walsh invade the DNC content? I think you could do something like that, where you could show up someplace and troll them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
Matt Walsh is like sneaky. I don't.
He wasn't very sneaky on that attempt. He
Hey,
was pretty
thanks, Sam.
bold.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, Matt Walsh has a new movie called "Am I Racist?" I want to see where's that available. I have a movie theater around me, of course, and it's $7 on Tuesdays, but it's super.
Oh, is it available? I think you can get it through their website. I
don't know if
mind.
it's in the movie theater or not. I don't know.
Let's
How
see.
much it costs.
If it's out, I don't mind screening it. Let's see. Where can I see I am racist? Am I racist?
I want to be open with it. I don't want to be too. But I do appreciate that, Philip. I don't want to
Oh,
be
it
like.
looks like it's not streaming yet.
Oh, it's not. When's it coming out? It does look funny. I do want to see it.
It's at the theaters now, but because when they did I'm a Woman, they streamed it on their website. You could pay and watch it live, but it looks like they're gonna hold this until it leaves theaters.
Jeff, you have a problem with words. First off, my name is Midlife Bro Logic. Matt Walsh did a show, What is a Woman? Not I Am a Woman. And it's funny. No one knows what a woman is until they want one in the White House. Then all of a sudden they got it figured out. So go there, go figure that.
Can we explore that, Phenon? Why can't people explain what a woman is?
Do we want a woman? Can we get a woman up here to explain what they are?
Not that one woman that says what women's rights. Like what more rights do you want, women?
That's what I asked her.
Women are more in college more than men. All the good
We're living in
blue-collar
this is a
jobs
matriarchy.
are being usurped by freaking illegal Mexicans. Facts, right? Men are just becoming less and less because we were weak. We let it happen. It's our fault. True, for letting it happen. We're just
Y'all's fault. I
you
didn't
have
let
a
it
vagina, therefore we need to put you in front of the line of the high-paying CEO white-collar jobs. We need equal representation in all these high-quality jobs. There's more women doctors. There's more women lawyers. It's too much. It's too much. What more rights do you want? You can marry a woman. You can be a total lesbo for the rest of your life. You can adopt little boys with your lesbian wife and chop off his pee-pee and then call him a woman.
No, that's a good
I'm in
question.
trouble.
Look at the reputation you're gaining me.
Yeah, that's a great question, dude. Are there more rights women want? I couldn't imagine anymore.
You got maternity leave, right? It's like you can get hired. You can hide your pregnancy, get hired the next day, say, guess what? I'm pregnant and I'm going to need 90 days off. And you have to keep my job. Otherwise, I'm going to sue you for $1 trillion. What more rights do women need? Oh, I'm in trouble for screaming, Jeff. You got me all worked up.
From the lady? So
yeah,
she is putting
she put some pants on all of a sudden now. She thinks she has a Venus.
Cracking that whip.
Yeah, please. She thinks she's
Sleeping on the
Wonder
couch
Woman.
tonight.
She's
She
Wonder
gives you a
Woman.
big leash, the giant leash. One of the
Please.
longest leashes I've ever seen. Do you get many compliments on your leash?
I don't have those leash. I got her on a dog collar. I got her in one of them neck safe dog trainers. A whole
The shock ones.
shock collar. Yeah, with the remote.
I don't know. I
With the
think it might
invisible
be
fence, so she can't
on the
leave the
wrong.
house.
I think I might need to reverse it.
I got that thing you like screw a corkscrew. You screw into the ground and then you put her on a chain. She just runs in circles. Like she can get mad, but she can only runs in circles.
This should
See,
probably-
Liz,
probably
this is
should
why
not
we need the
POS.
woman's perspective. Y'all let men get away way too
You can
much
let a woman
of
come up as long
dominating
as
the
it's-
conversation
as
and the
long-
discourse.
This is a man's channel, Jeff. Don't let these women come in. I mean, you're gay allegedly, so you should be impervious to the sneakiness, the snake in the grass nature of a woman
you'll see
using
my
her
picture.
sensuality or sexuality. So, bro, you shouldn't fall prey to this. Obviously,
I'll
right?
let you on.
Oh, I'm in trouble for my girlfriend now.
Oh.
I mean, Pete Buttigieg did famously.
Can y'all
take-
do it like? Can she do it here live?
No. Well, my failings in life are not fodder for your show. But Pete Buttigieg famously took paternity leave when him and his husband, right, adopted some who knows what kind of baby. And there was like there's national emergency. There was like acid rain and poison all over the earth. It's Buttigieg's
What
job.
kind of
Buttigieg's
baby
job.
would you think it? Do you think it is?
Probably like an African baby that they stole from Sierra Leone or some shit. I mean,
But they just flew in and grabbed a baby, snatched
that's
a
what
baby.
these rich liberals do, man. Look at Madonna. She goes around every continent. She's transcontinental, bro. She's got blacks, Look at Angelina Jolie. They got blacks, Cambodians, even Tom
You
Cruise. He
sound
got a black
nutty.
son.
You sound like a raving, a raving person that the National Enquirer would interview.
Listen. Let me tell you this.
If you're
this is
concerned
crazy.
about your numbers,
I'm not, because I'm a purist. I do it for the
look
love of the
within.
game, dickhead. I do it for the love. I don't care about my numbers. I don't even know
Well, that's
what they
not
are.
what you came on here and started the stream with for a whole half an hour talking
Well,
about.
guess what? I've seen the error in my ways, and I've realized I do it for the
That
love.
happens here.
Yes,
I'm
it's
a
called
shadow
progression,
worker.
Jeff. He progressed already.
I do it for the. I don't know what my
He's
numbers are.
leveling up. Yeah, he's leveling up already. Thanks to
So
your
look,
help.
let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about a beautiful African woman named. What's that bitch's name? What's that actress's name? She's white. She was in Mad Max, fake Mad Max.
Tina Turner?
Charlize Theron, beautiful white
Charlize.
African.
Oh, Charlize to South
Charlize
Africa.
Theron
Huh?
is a white African woman. Beautiful white African, famous actress. She speaks Afrikaans, bro. She speaks like this.
Yes, those are white people.
Yeah, she speaks it. She's real African, white. She comes to America, right? She bangs like every single actor that she can find. She turns like 40 plus, and she's like, you know what I need in my life? Now I'm going to settle down now. Now I want to be a mom. What am I going to do? I'm going to adopt a black American kid, a boy, and I'm literally going to chop his pee-pee off and turn him into a girl and wear a dress. Bro, I mean, white privilege, white insanity, liberal rock. I don't know what it is, but it's insane. It's insane, bro. It's insane. I don't know what kind of more rights you need as a woman. So you can bring up a woman if she cams up, but not that stupid one that says women's rights 365.
Well,
she
thank
just
you
wants to
for telling me who I could break up on my panel.
No problem. You need a little direction. I'm here. Oh, I guess she wants to delete babies. Okay, well, that's the thing. No, you can bring. I changed my mind. She wants to delete babies, so that is a right or whatever. I will concede that point. How's that?
Hey,
her defense.
Jess, welcome.
Did you get it all figured out?
I wasn't confused.
Okay.
My numbers are fine.
I don't know what my
In fact,
numbers
I haven't
are.
checked them. Let's take a. I haven't looked at them.
I don't look at my numbers, so I don't know what they are. I don't care because I'm a purist.
Oh my God! Wow! Phew, how are they going so high? Wow! Oh. Well, I don't know. Just watch my channel, I guess, and take some notes and see.
Where are you at,
seeing,
Jeff?
Yeah, what are you
Huh?
seeing?
565. I
For what?
barely crossed 500 last time I looked.
Oh, for your subs. Congratulations, brother. Yeah,
You're
really
amazing,
growing.
bro.
I gotta hate on you though, bro. You're consistently. I think it has dropped off.
You know what it is? I think, and like I said, you could borrow him. It's Mike Cerrone and the drama crowd that
I
come and
don't want
watch
that
it.
shit, man. I don't.
But
I
that you
appreciate it.
asked because before, like a few months ago, you were like, "I'll do anything for numbers. I have no shame. I don't care where they come from. Just give
Bro,
me
I
numbers,
didn't.
numbers,
Never said
numbers,
that.
numbers,
Never
numbers."
said
And now
that.
you're like, "Oh, I don't want those." Now
I
you're suddenly
never.
a number snob.
No, I never said that. I need to
You
correct you.
did. You
You're wrong.
did.
Let
It's
me
on
correct
streams.
you.
Don't you come
No,
on here and try to gaslight me, son.
I said I didn't say I do anything for numbers. I said I'm not ashamed in begging for subs. There's a difference. There
You
is a
did.
difference.
You did.
I'm not going to do panel drama. I'm not even going to do panel
You
freaking
do it.
burst.
You're on all the. You're on more panels than I am doing panel drama.
Listen, I don't know if you like sniffing around my booty hole, like following me around YouTube. I don't know what you
Why do
do.
you
Like,
always? What's your
if you
fascination
see
that
me
you
on all these panels, what are you doing
always
spying
take?
on me? Let's just leave it at that. But listen, what I do on other people's shows is not the same on what I do on my show. So there's a difference. There's a difference.
I knew this was a trap from the
You're the one
start.
to trap me.
Let me come up and you could let me tell you what's going on with my stream and maybe you could help me figure out why my numbers are low.
Ooh, your numbers are
And
high.
then I
You just
walk into it and
said
I
your
end up
numbers are
here.
high.
Hey, lawyer chick. Yeah, see, thank you. Your own friend. The one person that you consistently get to go up on your show. That level of loyalty is even saying what I'm saying.
What? I will ask for subs. Yes. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do panel drama. I'm not. I'll kick MFers off if they start panel drama with me. I will not do it. That's not my show. It's fine, entertaining. People can
Here,
do it.
I agree, unless you count a potential drama tier that could be developing.
I'm not doing the drama channel. That's it. That's it.
Okay, well, you asked about numbers, and I was giving you my latest experience. So
I mean, you're
I thought you
amazing.
came here because you wanted to, like, you came to a channel with numbers to learn how they got there.
I don't look at my numbers,
But I
Jeff,
could have
because
been
I just do it
mistaken.
because I love it.
Just
Even if no one
rant
watched, I
on.
just do it because I love it. There. That's it. I don't know what my subs are. I don't know what my numbers are. I just love it.
Do you have anything else?
I guess that's it. No, thanks for letting me on, Jeff. Philip, it's always a pleasure, my dude.
Yes,
Thanks for
brother.
trying to hold this Gen X Jeff accountable. It's impossible with that female energy that he's rocking. So, it's like getting blood
Jeff is
from a
doing good,
stone,
man.
honestly.
Jeff's doing
But
good.
Jeff, congratulations on your continued success. Don't forget about the little people when you shoot straight to the top. When you take down Mr. Beast and PewDiePie in one foul swoop, don't change your number and block me out of your Discord, okay?
Is that safe to talk about, Mr. Beast drama? Or is
I
this something
barely
you,
know
you,
who he is.
you
He
don't
has
mind
like 300
I
million
just looked
subs.
him up the other day to see what he
How do you-
seems so ordinary.
How does
But
how
then
does
so does
YouTube
Tucker
not
Carlson.
flood your algorithm full of Mr. Beast stuff right now?
What?
It's like, how is YouTube not filling your algorithm, your page full of Mr. Beast stuff right now? I have at least 4 or 5 videos all related to Mr. Beast on my page right now because it just keeps on pushing it towards me.
No, he never shows up.
Maybe I should do a Mr. Beast show, but I just don't want to.
The
Just
thing
doesn't seem
the thing
interesting.
that I did like about him that did impress me a little bit is that he like how he's constantly giving money back, like putting money back into things for other people.
Yeah, I don't believe all that stuff. I think it's like a tax write-off. It's like, look at me, I'm so good.
But he's doing it. Like just the fact that
Oh,
somebody at all is doing stuff like
hey,
that.
Jeff, is it a good deed if you give out $50,000 to make $100,000 on a video?
Ask the people if somebody gave me $50,000, I would care how much they made on the video. I would see it as a good deed. Definitely as
Yeah,
a good deed.
same. So, or you can give me $25,000. I'd feel good too. But anyone else, it's a bunch of crap. Listen, here's something I need to bring up. Metallica, right? This is a band I've been listening to since pre-puberty, probably. I love them. They're huge. They've grown up. They've just risen to the top. They're going to be like the next Rolling Stones. Maybe not musically, but they're still out here 40 plus years later filling arenas, filling
So are the Rolling
stadiums.
Stones. The Rolling Stones are the next Rolling Stones.
No, the Rolling Stones are the Rolling Stones, right? They are the top supreme, and they're still around. But I'll tell you one thing. This Metallica, I saw that they have a nonprofit, which is funny. and his nonprofit gave $50,000 to a community college in Colorado because the main guy lives in Vail. And I'm thinking to myself, is this the biggest load of shit or what? Because first off, $50,000 to him is like nothing, and it's not even him; it's his nonprofit, bro. If this isn't like a tax haven scam, it's
he gave it to his own nonprofit.
No, his nonprofit gave it to someone. I don't even know.
Isn't that what they're supposed to do? Like they're set up to do
why does Metallica have a nonprofit, and why does his nonprofit only give $50,000, bro? No hashtag.
Have
no
you
thanks.
asked them? Go send them an email or go on their Twitter and ask them.
Well,
Maybe I'll do
watch
so
out
on
for
it.
all nonprofits.
Make a show
dude.
about it.
All nonprofits are scams. I figured it out.
No, they're not scams.
I've
I've worked for nonprofits. I came very close to starting nonprofits. They're not all scams.
Exactly. You're to be the biggest scam of all. Listen, Gen XF, congratulations, continued success. Remember, don't forget about the small people.
Hang on before you go. Here's your numbers right here.
What's up, Mike?
Have you
Mike,
met
like,
Mike?
share, and subscribe. Midlife Bro Logic.
Hey, Mike.
Is that good?
What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, Mike.
Everybody salute. How you doing?
This is I don't know if you've met Barney yet, but he's
Oh, I don't think I've been on your panel with you, Philip. I don't think I've ever been on the panel with you.
yeah, he's having number issues or number anxiety,
I don't look at my numbers. What are my numbers? I never
number
look.
neurosis.
I never look at my numbers, Jeff.
Oh my goodness. So what's going on? What's the topic? What's the topic?
His numbers. And
No.
I came up for how to build a
even
YouTube
yeah. In
channel.
fact, y'all, this is gonna be quite. I think he's on his way out though. This is gonna be
Currently,
quite.
but the topic is Gen
think
X
you're
Chef
picking 'em out.
holds everyone
Competition.
accountable. Gen X Chef efficiently and rightfully holds others accountable on his panel in a
When I
very
don't.
effective manner. But when it comes to himself, his mirror is broken. On that note, I gotta go. Good luck.
Why are you so
Godspeed.
angry, bro? Why are you so
See?
angry? Why are you so
I'm
mad?
not angry. I just have to talk loud and frequently because if there's any little gap, Gen X Chef constantly talks over me. Don't mistake my loud
Talk to me.
and
Talk
fast
to
voice.
me.
See, even you're talking over me, so I gotta go. Bye.
See, it's
Hi,
No,
brother.
talk to me. What's the problem? Oh, no.
That's the type of energy he has, dude. You just gotta get
Jeff,
used to it.
what
He's
did you
one of those high
do,
energy
bro?
guys.
What did you do to that young man? What did you do, bro?
I think I'd made him gay.
He was mad. He was angry. He was pissed. And you got fucking Philip over here looking like the X-Man with the glasses on, where the freaking lasers come into his eyes. What was it? What was that X-Man? Shoot. Can't remember what it is right now. But what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing well, brother.
Yeah, man.
I can't believe it's
How
this
you
late
doing,
in the
Mike?
day.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
How are you? See, look how the energy changed just in seconds.
Yeah. I'm
That's
telling
what
you,
you wanted,
if Jeff and Phil, if you can learn the tone scale, you'll be able to flip the script.
Oh,
on
right. I keep forgetting about it. Teach it to me again, Woody, because I
Okay.
notice it's not been working for you lately, though.
No, it's okay. Because I mean,
Did you-
I will. So the problem with me is, I'm sorry, Phil. Go ahead. I'll wait.
No, what did you suggest? A tone scale?
Yeah, so the tone scale basically is if you know how to manipulate someone into their tone, you can bring them down. You can bring them up. It's like you can like manipulation's a bad word, but like you can mirror their energy. But if you're able to take them down, you can calm them. Does that make sense? It's like kind of like when you have an argument with a girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah, but midlife is good at generating content. I think you should just let him
Yeah.
flow. Should let him flow.
But I'll take people up and down, and then I do a circular troll where I take them in circles. Jeff knows what I do, but it's just funny.
Circular
It's-
trolling. That's a good word for it.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just take them around and around and around, and they just
You
get
all
more
do
and
it.
more.
You all do it to each other. It's a big,
Yeah,
giant circle.
it's just funny. It's
Jeff,
funny.
you were doing it
But-
earlier with midlife. You guys were having fun circling back
Yeah.
and forth about just
Yeah.
minute things, but it was funny and that was content. It was great way to waste an hour.
He said waste an hour. But the greatest thing is that you don't take offense to this. It's just basically just entertainment. But people will take this too personal, and they go real life, and they do like this is just entertainment. That's all it is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard
just
not
it's
to take it personal, right?
no, it's not. It's easy not to because it's not. real.
I find it easy not to.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is personal when it hits those trigger points.
I don't
Yeah,
know, Jeff. You had a show the other day. I'm not calling you out to be a jerk, but midlife
yeah,
did call you a brat, and that turned really fast.
sure.
Over just a simple word. So I have that tendencies too, just getting heated. It happened with me with Brown's boy the other day. He triggered me, so it is.
Oh, I
It's
remember
not
that.
easy, bro. It's not easy not to get
Yeah,
triggered.
yeah.
I
No,
don't remember the brat thing.
Really?
He called me a brat? Mid bro?
Midlife called you a brat, and you were like, you kicked him off the show that day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I do
didn't allow him on
remember.
the show for 2 days or 3 days.
people
No,
have people have
I didn't kick him off for any specific amount of time. He just didn't come back for 3 days on his own.
Oh, okay,
people.
okay.
So Phil, people have said the most egregious stuff about me and my family, and it's just like I don't let it bother me anymore. I just let it roll off like water off a
Yeah,
duck's feathers. I just don't.
Sometimes you do, but sometimes
Yeah.
you let it bother you,
But,
feed
but
into
you
you.
have to, Jeff. I know when to attack. I know when and when not to. So I just try to just be chill about it.
yeah. It's yeah. Thanks.
If you have the ability to not attack,
Yeah.
what's the justification for ever attacking?
Well, if it's multiple violations, of in other words, multiple disrespect, then you
From
take a
one person, or like more than one person starts to pile on?
one person, then you take a pop shot back. But if you notice, remember when I take a shot, I pull back. Like I don't keep going and going and going like a maniac.
Mm, I
I'll
don't really
poke and
remember
then
that either.
stop. I'll poke and stop. But it's all right.
What I see is one party pokes and then the
Yeah,
person pokes
yeah,
back and then they poke back and poke and it just becomes the circular
yeah.
poking.
But
Yeah, I
Jeff,
used
let
to
me
do
ask you
that.
this. I'm going to ask your honest opinion. And this is what I'm asking you, an honest opinion. Have you ever seen anybody make people so angry other than me? Have you ever seen anything like it?
Jack Talcott.
Talcott, yeah, one of
Yeah,
me.
Talcott.
Not on stream, but in life, I've been that person for some people.
No. But no, I'm here for fun. I'm here to support. I'm here for fun. That's all I'm here for. But it's funny because there are people that are going to other channels, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to be a rat. I'm not going to say who it is, but there are people going to other channels talking bad about you, Jeff. And every time I go up,
Probably. I
yeah,
just
I'm
assume
just
it.
telling you, there's people that come up here that talk bad about you. But anywhere I go, I talk positive about you. I talk very positive. I never say a negative word about you. I don't do that. Look,
Well,
here's my follower,
that's
Captain. Look, here's my follower. He was just on
welcome,
another.
Cap Gun.
He was on another panel where he was following me. Look,
No, I just happened
Wait,
to find that person interesting. So,
what panel
look.
was happening before this?
I was on another panel. We were having a good conversation. And
Chaotic
he comes
Truth
in.
Live.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
yeah,
been on here
CT.
before.
Yeah, me and
What is a
CT are very,
blocker? Put up a blocker.
yeah, me and CT are very cool. Me and CT are very cool. So, all right. Anyway, go ahead. You gentlemen, go ahead. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
I'm just trying to figure out what a blocker is. I don't
They
know.
What it
follow me
is?
everywhere I go. They're like lost puppies.
Well,
They
let's
are.
hear what he has to say. Cap Gun, are you following him?
No, I just got here.
Okay.
Oh, well, you didn't just follow me from another panel?
No, I just came over here because I
Were you
left
another
another
panel
panel.
where I was on and I said, listen, gentlemen, I'm going to go somewhere else. Take care. You didn't just follow me?
No, sorry.
Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry. He's full of shit. He's
I
completely full of shit. They follow me everywhere
I
I
was
go.
you talking about on Chaotic Truth panel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
CT. Yeah.
that's where I
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
So you were both on Chaotic Truth, and now you're both
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. We're having a
No, he
great
just
time.
happened to be there when I
Well, I
came up.
happened
They
to
said
be there. I was
something.
there before you. You come
They
on
said
and you start
the
talking all
host
your
was talking
bullshit. And I
about
was like, well,
something that
listen,
was
CT,
really
I'm going to
interesting,
leave.
and
I'm going to
it
drop
had to
down.
do with mental
I'm going
health
to
and
drop
diet,
down.
which I
I'll
know a
see you
lot about.
later.
So
That's it.
then I made a comment about that. It interested me, and I decided to
Oh,
go up
so
and talk
what
about it.
is the talking point? What's your talking point, Captain? What's your talking point?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mike.
Because you don't have one.
I think he's just here to
Of
add to the
course.
conversation.
Yeah, he just
I just came
Yeah, that's
over here.
cool.
he just
Cool.
I
got
was
here.
over
So
there, and
what
now
are
I'm
you
over here.
doing? Let me ask you this. Let me
Nothing
ask you
more
this.
to it. Nothing more to it.
Hold
Brother.
Nothing less to it.
What do
Welcome,
you
Cap
think
Gun.
about? Oh, that's great. What do you think about RFK supporting Trump? You think that's going to be a good combo in that?
I don't really care.
I was
I
talking to
still
Jeff.
think Kamala's gonna win.
You're
Yeah,
talking
sorry,
to who?
Jeff.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
thought you were talking to Capgood too.
No, no,
Yeah, I thought he
still
was.
think
Sorry.
I still
I
think
addressed
Kamala's
the
gonna
host.
win.
You think so?
Yeah, I
Why?
do.
Why do you think that? Why?
I don't know, just intuition. I'm not really paying attention to any of the political stuff, so
Phil,
I
what do
don't
you
have
Everybody's
think?
much
so
to go on.
hyped
But
on
I just think
Trump.
Phil,
America's gonna choose her over the chaos
yeah.
of Donald Trump.
So Phil, who do you think's going to win?
Kamala,
Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah.
He's
Just like
unbelievable.
Joe Biden won, bro. They're just
Yeah.
puppets.
I
Just
think Trump's going
puppets.
to win. I think
I
because you're going to have a lot of Democrats, and this is why for this you have a lot of Democrats like RFK and things. A lot of other Democrats like Tulsi Gabbard. They're going to support Trump, and I think they're going to swing the vote to his favor. I think he's going to win because there's a lot of Democrats that are
What
on
makes you
Trump's side.
think that, Mike?
I just said it. There's a lot of Democrats on Trump's side.
I
That's
think
it?
if Trump doesn't win this year, he's going to try to get his 8 no matter what.
Hmm.
He'll try every year until he gets in. Every
Yeah.
election cycle
Yeah.
until he gets in. So if
Phil,
it's
where are
not
you
this
from?
year, I'm from Southern California, unfortunately.
Mhm.
The worst
Phil, where?
politics in the country.
Yeah. Phil, where are you from?
Southern California.
Rock on, Cali. Rock on, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you didn't hear you the
Did
first 3 times that you
did
said
you
that.
grow up? Did you grow up surfing?
Yes. I grew up next to the beach. I grew up longboarding, not shortboarding, if you know the difference.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Just I've never talked to you
What
before. Just,
what beach? What
Yeah.
is it? Venice Beach?
No, I'm more south, so it'd be more of a San Diego beaches.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so they're not well-known beaches, but like Wind and Sea would be one that people would know maybe because it's a popular San Diego beach.
Where
Black's
were the
Beach,
dog boys? What beach was that?
Dogtown, that was
Yeah,
I would say that's Venice.
Venice, yeah.
that was Venice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's more north. That's like an hour north of me.
I was born in
So-
Glendale, California, so I know a little bit about it. Didn't stay there
Oh,
long
okay.
enough, unfortunately.
Yeah. So. No, look, Southern California's good. People are good. Politics are bad. I pay way too much in taxes. We pay way too much in real estate prices, and just everything's expensive in Southern California. Almost the same prices like Hawaii, which is everything's imported, which is strange because you would think we wouldn't have to pay those prices.
Oh, it's the same prices as if it was Hawaii. It was so like suburban sprawl. It was just suburb after suburb. You couldn't tell where one town ended and the other one began.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
The only thing you
absolutely
can tell the
nuts. A
difference.
lot of people there in California just sell their houses, and a lot of them have moved to Nevada, where I live, and it drove our housing costs.
Oh, are you in Vegas?
No, I'm in Reno.
Oh, okay. Because we lived in Vegas, and I left just about the time that started to happen. That California influx,
Yeah,
and
So
it
help
was
me-
First
affecting the
one.
prices, and the culture was starting to change too.
Can you
Because
guys
all the
help me out with
Karens were
that?
coming in, and that was about the time of the collapse when the
Yeah.
market dropped out.
yes,
So
I remember
why
that.
would Californians moving to other places affect your real estate market? Don't you guys hold on to that and like have the prices established? So
No, they just go up and up and up and up. If there are more and more people coming, people were literally, realtors were selling houses over the phone.
There,
I
that
understand
happened
that,
up
but-
here in Seattle too.
but can you
Because the
blame
California people are used to paying way more than other people.
Right, but can you
Yes.
blame the California people or you blame
No,
the
I'm not
real estate
blaming. No, hold
people?
on, Philip. Philip, 1 second. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that is the way it is. I'm not at all coming at you sideways. I'm just saying I put no blame on anything. I'm just saying that's how, that's how capitalism works. So if they see a trend, if they see all these people moving over to a different state, everybody, it's just everybody's going to sell their properties for, it's like they think they're gonna live someplace until they retire, and that, hey, I'm happy here. All of a sudden, they're getting double, sometimes triple, what their houses cost them. They're like, I'm out of here. My house is now that I bought for 75,000 and at such and such time is now worth 600,000. Why wouldn't you? It's paid off. You're going to get a ton of profit,
Well,
and
because
then
you guys
you
are
move.
because people are complaining about paying California prices.
Mhm.
But it's the real estaters in that local area who are adjusting the prices of the homes, knowing that Californians are going to buy them. So it's not the Californians; it's the local real estate agencies
Well,
adjusting the prices.
it's the market though,
Yeah,
because
the
the
market.
Californians have the money to
We control
outbid
the market.
the locals and drive the prices up.
Okay, all right. It's just strange. That's all I've heard of several people say that Californians
Well,
that
land
we
ownership,
are the
if you
ones
think
affecting
about it,
it.
is pretty.
They hate them here in Seattle. When I first got here, it was this whole wave of anti-California, like go back to California. We hate Californians. Californians go home. There was a lot of that up here for a while. Because
And then
it changed the entire culture. It was like more of a working class lumbering outdoors culture. Now it's this big tech Silicon Valley type culture, and most of that came from California.
really, I don't
Yeah,
see
so
that.
the locals that were living here, their whole world and way of life changed like
Mm.
drastically within
So that
Yeah.
much
years.
of Californians moved to that area and affected that much.
I did.
Oregon,
It changed
yeah,
the whole
they're
area.
very
That's crazy.
xenophobic though. They don't like outsiders in
Yeah.
general, but too many all at once was too much for them.
Sure.
I find
Well,
Northern Californians to be much
Way
more
different.
kind. Yeah, as I was going to say, yeah, different would be a better way to put it. You're right.
Right. Well,
Than
Jeff, hey,
Southern
listen.
Californians.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for having me up. Philip, nice to meet you. I'd never spoken to you before. So,
Oh, y'all haven't talked? Oh,
no, I've never met
Uh,
him before.
no.
Never met him.
cool.
So, I'll try to come up later, but you guys have a great night. Have an awesome stream. I'll talk to you guys later.
Later,
You
brother.
too, Mike. I
Peace.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
Thanks,
Take
everybody.
Michael.
care.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting.
But
Politics and stuff.
I really enjoy. I enjoy the weather in the area in Southern California, but I really don't when it comes to most of the people. Northern California, no matter where I've ever been, the people are so unbelievably kind. No matter where I've been in Northern California, and uh, they've always gone out of their way. It just seems like I've been like sometimes sort of when I was delivering titles years ago when I had a car lot. I used to go up there and just do that myself because I enjoyed the drive and I enjoyed the people. And I'd get lost sometimes because I'm horrible with directions. And I just pull up to like a 7-Eleven where there was a group of people in Northern California. And I would say, hey, do you guys by chance know where such and such? And I don't have a GPS or anything like that. And they'd say, oh, yeah, absolutely. You want, hey, just so you don't get lost, follow us. And I'm like, I don't want to break up your group. He's like, no, they're like, no, 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 no. We were just going to leave anyway. So, no, just follow me. And they would take me right to the place I need to be. I just follow them. And you never see that. Very
In
rare.
Is
Southern
it
California.
is it
Yeah.
possible
Well,
that
in
we're
Northern California, it happens a lot. It's
Is
just
because
people are
it's
so
more,
kind.
it's less urban, right? It's more rural.
Yeah. I think that's part of why. Maybe, I don't want to say how or exactly why, but that's just been my experience is people really sort of care. They seem to care more about each other in Northern California, I think, and outsiders. They're more welcoming to outsiders than Southern California. That's been my
it's
experience.
it's really sad. The like it's like when I grew up, there seemed to be like you have your neighborhood. You grew up the kids in the neighborhood, and everybody knew everybody. Now it
Mm.
seems like you don't even want to know your neighbor. Everybody lives on the same street, but there isn't a block party anymore. It's
We didn't
sad.
in
No.
Vegas we lived on a little kind of a cul-de-sac, and we didn't we were like there for 6 or 7 years before we met our first neighbor. Everybody
That's
did their own
sad.
thing. We loved it though. Like there we were just we would look out for each other if we needed to, like there was crime or a reason to, but outside of that, everybody left everybody alone to do their own thing. We weren't in each other's business, except we had Gladys Kravitz across the street, but outside of her, it was like coming from the South where everybody knew everybody's life all the time, constantly, and to live in a neighborhood that was kind of closed but independent, where everybody minded their own business. I loved it.
I hope
I
a
don't.
lot
I
of
like
people
it
got
when
that
everybody,
reference. I'm Gladys
uh,
Kravitz. That's
Uh,
when
that's
everybody's
great.
celebrating Halloween. You can go from door to door. You know your neighbors.
they they
You know
did
what I
that.
mean.
We did. We They had Halloween kids, but we didn't know them outside of that. Like, I guess you saw them at Halloween. So we still had that, but we didn't have all the neighbor drama.
What I'm saying, I feel like there's more cohesion in the neighborhood back in the day, and now it seems like there's more independence of individual households. So there's no cohesion in the community anymore.
And people like the neighborhoods they're all transplants. It's not like neighborhoods that all grow up together. No, they're
Right.
just random people from anywhere.
I think Philip has a great point, though. Yeah, back in the day, absolutely. I think people were tighter and they really watched out for one another. And I don't know where that all what happened to all of that.
Well,
I think it's
is
just
that a
over
good
time
The
thing?
progression.
internet.
Is that a good thing or a
Yeah,
bad thing? Because
you're right.
obviously it got it's put in the background, right? So moving forward, everybody thinks that this is the new way of doing things, and
Well,
it
now they
should
have
be the better way of
Nextdoor.
doing things.
They all do
And
it
like,
on Nextdoor.
Yeah,
pardon?
God, that thing's
All the
insane.
Karens, they get together on Nextdoor and they gossip and look out for and say everything they noticed in the neighborhood that day. And
It's a million Gladys Kravitzes.
yeah, so the internet has changed. The internet, because people are they're not looking out their windows in the first place anymore. They're sitting in front of their screens like we are, looking at people not even in their neighborhood. So
Right.
nobody knows what's going on in the neighborhood. And the few people that are all going to the internet and typing it on Nextdoor or one of those sites. So the internet is changing how neighborhoods work, like how we
And have you seen
live in
just the
real life
absolute
together.
crazy things that they talk about, like just how it's like like nothing. Saw a
Yeah.
strange man walking through the thing, went to the park,
They'll
and then
build up
left.
this
It's like
whole like
what?
drama
Who
of what could be
cares?
going on.
Right.
So
Yeah,
people
they
are
build it up
finding.
more than it's like they want every little thing to be something. It's like they're all their
People
own
do that
little
with politics
detectives.
too, though, and the conspiracy
Yes.
theories.
Yes. I
So
agree.
people are. What you're saying is people are finding more cohesion, more community, in on the internet now, so they don't have to participate in their real life.
Maybe. I know that's certainly true for me.
I
I'm not
think
going to
they're
find people
bored.
like this outside my front door.
How do you know without asking? I'm pretty sure I can find a gay Jeff guy like I'm outdoor if I
You
look
think
hard
there's
enough
a
and say,
Philip out there in my little town? Or where would I meet him? Or where would I meet Capgun?
maybe out of a local bar.
You'd
But then
have to.
you have to figure out who out of all the people in the bar, which one is the Philip. You have to actually talk to individual people, and so this cuts through that, and it streamlines the process of finding the people you're looking for.
So this is a little easier having the people that already relate to you come to your channel, and
Yeah.
the reason why they hear is because they relate with you.
And you have the whole world, and so and here I'm limited to the couple of 100,000 that live in my town, and then outside of that, what percent would actually be at a bar that particular night? And here I have the whole world. At any given time, there's like a random number of people from anywhere that could potentially be drawn to this.
Hey, Mike,
What's going
Wait,
on?
what's up, man? What's going on?
you couldn't stay away.
No,
That
it's just
nobody else is
hilarious.
streaming?
It's
Yeah,
just
right.
hilarious that Capgun is so in love with me. He
Wait,
follows
no, we weren't
me.
even talking about you for the longest time. We were having
Did you follow
conversations
me to a
about
different panel?
You
You
left the
followed me
panel
to a
here, and we
different
haven't said anything
panel.
about you, Mike.
right. So
Did you follow me, Capgun? Did you follow me to a different panel?
You already asked me that, Mike, and I said no.
You didn't? So you just automatically appeared where I was out?
Mike, no. I don't let people come on here and confront you, and I can't let you come up here and confront other people. That's not what this is for. Since you left, he's been on this panel talking to us the whole time, unless he has like double ways to double panel.
I didn't mention his name once. I'm
No,
sure of that.
no, not at all. So Mike's the one bringing the drama today, and so
Yeah.
it's
Damn, I
So
lost. I
what
lost
were we
train of
talking
thought.
about?
I really did lose train of thought.
Relationships, like how they've changed over the years, especially
Oh,
since
yeah,
the
like
internet.
Oh,
neighborhoods and
Yeah.
so
communities.
now that we're finding a small community on YouTube, you know how like in small communities it's easy to get shunned. It's easy to get like if you mess up once, the whole community is like, "Ooh, that person." They all stick their nose down away from that person because there's stigmatism behind it. There's like, "Hey, that person did something."
Sometimes that person really did something. I mean, I have lines myself that definitely got crossed, and now I won't have anything to do with certain people.
Yeah, so this is a straight up real community, isn't it? Like this is a real thing that we have to take
Well,
seriously. This is
kind of, because you have that production factor where how much of it is content and how much of it is actual. Because in a real community, if you're having conflict, it's most likely real conflict that's organically emerging from the community. But here, it could be content conflict, not real, or people will play up grievances for content that they might not really
It's more
feel that
artificial.
strongly in real life, etc. So there's an extra layer of what's actually community and what's the inorganic production content farming side of it.
See, I have a different idea of trolls and a different way of looking at them. That that is who they are. It isn't content. That is literally who they are.
Well, it's who they
It's
are
it's
in the.
it's part of
It,
their personality. That's what they do. You can't
but I'm saying
separate
that
them
the
from that.
content's not organic. I mean, like if two people are fighting, it's not always an organic fight. So there's some people that it's actual. Like when I'm fighting with somebody, it's because I'm actually irritated. They push my button in some kind of way. I'm not faking it for content. There's some people that the conflict is not genuine. It's for content. And so there's like two levels of reality going on these panelverse. There's the reality that would be going on in real life if we were hanging out at a bar and we would more or less take each other in good faith and build some kind of community. But here, because there's an audience, there's people that slant things to a specific audience that they know is out there, and it becomes inorganic. It's not something that would happen if we were in person with no audience.
So so I don't know if this would be a good time to do this, but is this an example of that? For example, Mike using Capgun as following him is an inorganic fight.
It could be. That's what I'm saying. There's so many little gray areas where is this part of community that's happening, or is this content that people are deliberately manipulating because they know there's an audience for it? And that's something I encounter on here specifically that I wouldn't in a ordinary community, like a real life community. So
Is that
this
something?
brings an extra element that you have to factor in that
Help me
is
out.
not
Is that a
normally there.
valid concern? I don't concern about that.
It is for me because I'm trying to build real community. So I need to make sure it's like that mafia werewolf game where you make sure the people you're working with are the real people and not the hidden traitors that are trying to sabotage your mission. So I'm trying to find the people that are actually trying to build the type of community I am, but the people that are here for content can sometimes mimic those people to such an expert degree that I can't always tell the difference. So I'm trying to filter out the content people and keep the community oriented people.
Are you
Right.
trying to
No,
be
so
like a
Philip, when you were saying earlier, like for example, and Jeff knows this, I don't like Mike. I
right?
don't care for him. But I don't follow anybody and I don't care about where they go or what they do. And the fact that he was on another panel where I was, and the fact that he came over here when I heard Jeff was live, and I just wanted to talk to Jeff a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, I've seen
Nothing
that.
more,
I've seen
nothing
that
less.
you enjoyed this channel and chat and panel. So I
I
see
do,
that. Yeah.
especially when Jeff, like I said, what really like hit it for me is when Jeff liked the movie Slackers. I didn't think I'd
Oh,
ever find.
right. We
I
still
didn't
got to
think
do our
I'd ever
movie.
find. Yeah, and I didn't think I'd ever find anybody who'd actually. I can't talk about that movie with anybody because nobody. I mean, it's such
I
an
have the
underrated movie.
like
So,
the expanded collector's edition with all the extra footage and the
mhm.
interviews with. I was a slacker geek.
It's
We have
interesting for
somebody
me to
backstage
know. It's
called
interesting. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Tafda Warzone BR. Anybody know Warzone?
Well,
No.
Warzone BR would be Battle Royale, so I have not met the person, but it sounds like a gamer.
Um, they're cammed up. I just don't know them. So if anybody knows Warzone or Tafda Tafda,
Just make sure their cam is actually moving. I heard of people camming up and doing still frames.
good point. Good point.
Or they'll
So
do.
just a
They'll
tip.
roll a loop
Yep,
a lot of times too.
that could be what's
Yeah,
happening.
I've heard about that too. The tricks of the games.
Yes.
Are you typing in the back check saying hello? Like,
No, they're like on a side cam.
mm.
No, it looks legit. It doesn't look like a loop,
Well, I'm always interested in meeting a new friend.
but they're not really interacting. Let's see.
I got, hey, what's happening?
Hey, you
That's
have to
classic.
convince us you're not a
What's
troll,
happening?
and you're. Oh, are you from what's his face's panel?
Just us?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He's.
That
I'll
could
let
be
him up.
just us, friend.
Yeah. All right. Here, I'm gonna do solo layout just to welcome.
Yo, nice to meet you guys.
You too. You're not gonna pour bomb us or anything.
Nah.
All right.
I'm just here for the good conversation. You guys talk about some interesting stuff, so
Oh,
just wanted
okay.
to
Well, that's what we want. So welcome.
jump in.
What do you have a channel? What how do you want me to promote?
Nah, I'm more new to this stuff. Like I'm only pretty new to Just Us's community, but I seen a live video he did with you guys, and it was real interesting. So now I watch you guys do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we like
Yeah.
Chris.
Crazy dingo. Yeah, him and the
And we
chop
have
there. Got me.
STL. Hang
Yeah,
on.
nah, he's a cool dude, right? I got a lot of time for Chris.
I see. I can
A
only
lot of
see
respect for
the.
him.
You have to hold it back from the cam a bit. I can only see part of it.
He's more than likely, Jeff, just to let you know, he's going to come up here and basically be a boat anchor, and he's going to play soundboards.
What's a boat anchor?
Somebody who just sits like furniture.
You
They
talking
don't
about
do anything.
Tafda or the guy backstage?
No, I'm talking about STL. I know a lot about him.
Oh, so you saying let him on or don't let him on?
But it's up to you. I'm just telling you what to look out for. He's just going to either sit
Um,
here and take up space, or he's going to play sound
yeah,
clips.
I'm happy with the conversation like it's going. So I don't really need to let new people on unless there's a reason.
What time
Yeah.
is it in America right now?
On the West Coast, it's almost 5 o'clock in the evening. It's 4:40.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. here.
440 check for me too.
And on Monday morning.
Yeah.
So you're starting your week.
Yes, sir. Starting a fine week.
Did you guys ever go through your troll period where you went around trolling communities?
Well, I
I'm
know
new to
that
this.
Justice tries to run a pretty tight drama-free community, and even he is having drama. He was talking about it last time he was on. Ego. It seems to come down to ego, or different people wanting. We all want different things, and sometimes it comes into conflict. Even in the most enlightened circles or the healthiest communities.
Yeah, there's always going to be drama. It's life.
Well, I remember seeing this guy, and he would say that he would go onto Twitter just to fight with people, just to go up to the random Twitter pages and go argue, and just say the most outlandish things just to get reactions out of people. And I was just wondering if you guys ever played with that and ever just attempted that. I never got into that. Trying to argue with people on the internet.
I mean, I do plenty of it, but it's not intentional. It's I just find myself in arguments because I speak my mind. So if somebody types something, I just react to it, and then arguments escalate from there. But I don't go in there with the intention of starting one. Like, oh, let me see what trouble I could start today.
What just
Flaky.
isn't leaving your opinion as a comment? It opens the door for that.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It can provoke people.
Pat,
So just interacting with that content takes you to that step. So you are like Like you are as you participate, you open the door for
Salty.
that. So it's like you are acknowledging that you are potentially opening the door for an argument or debate by adding a comment.
Yeah, I think anytime two humans communicate, the door is open for an argument or a debate or a conflict.
But your intent is not to argue.
No. My
Yeah.
never to you, if there's somebody I know I'm likely to fight with, I'm more often than not going to avoid them for that reason. Like if there's somebody I know that a fight is likely to break out, I'm going to try to like I go out of my way to not fight with people that I know a conflict is likely. I'm not going to be like, "Oh, there's that person. Let me go up on panel and tell them what I think," knowing that something's going to escalate. So with me, the conflict that happens is the one that organically emerges from a normal conversation that somehow breaks down and turns into conflict. But my intention is always to have a conversation. Unless they start something, then I can go into conflict mode.
Yeah, I've done that before. Match energies with somebody who starts a conflict and end up being not healthy.
I don't know. It works for me. That matching energy, I think that's it. That's a good way of putting it.
I've always had negative results because I've always matched the negative energy. So I've always got negative results in the back. And I've always been able to outmatch their energy. So I end up being the aggressor, even though they started it.
Yeah, that happens too, where they bait you into being the perpetrator.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so I've learned just to hopefully just try to avoid all those situations so I'm not the one to blame, even if it isn't my fault.
The big tell for me is usually, almost always, if there's an actual problem that they're serious about and they want a solution for, the best way with me is if you can just rationally have a conversation and just calmly just rationally tell me what the problem is and let's troubleshoot a solution. And most people, if it's a real problem and they're serious about it, are able to do that and the problem gets solved. So when people are not able to do that and it turns into drama or manipulation, it's usually an indication to me that it's not a big problem in the first place, that it's more about the drama itself, or they're not serious about solve it. If they can't like communicate it in a rational way, I don't take it as seriously as a problem. Especially if it's people I know that are capable of that. And they're doing the like emotional manipulative way anyway. That makes me more suspicious and less likely to take it seriously.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Oh, lung drama. So,
Tafta.
what
Go
do
ahead,
we
Jeff.
call you, Tafta? Tafta. Oh, I think you're.
You're muted.
Just call me Taff or Tafta. It doesn't really matter. But what I
Okay.
was saying was, I think some people just like when he said, I think some people just feed off it. Like they just feed off the trolling and the argumentative
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. I've seen
There's
it all my life.
there's
People
an
just
energy to it.
argumentative. Yeah, yeah, it is right. It definitely like it gives them some sort of energy. It does. It gives them some sort of drive or boost, like
Yeah, like
to
the
keep going. Because otherwise,
Dionysian
you wouldn't keep
bonding.
going, bro. It'd be pointless.
What is the
Someone said hate
best?
bonding the other day. Like people hate bond.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. People come together on a mutual enemy. 100%. I feel like that's been around for
The
forever.
scapegoat.
What is the best way you guys deal with trolls? Is it an instant kick? Is it trying to understand them? How do you deal with the trolls?
Just let them burn themselves out.
I
Yeah,
definitely don't
there's
feed
many
them.
ways. Many ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are a whole bunch of ways. That's just one
Yeah.
that's a simple one to do is to just let them burn themselves out. They start calling you names, just go,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 you're right. No, you're right.
So,
Yeah.
Jeff, what do
Don't
you
give them
mean?
the reaction they want.
Right.
Is that what you mean by feeding? Like you don't feed a troll? How do you not feed a troll?
You don't give them reactions because that's what they're looking
Right.
for. They're looking for reaction. They're looking for some
They
sort
want
of
that attention, is what they want.
yeah.
Is it possible to turn a troll by giving them positive reactions?
No,
Is there?
because they're only up there to no, because it's like trying to kill them with kindness. Yeah, that kind of works, but at the same time, no.
It depends on the troll.
Or you
Depends how
control
bad of the
back.
troll.
There, it's kind of like a bully. You ignore them or stand up to them,
Yeah.
but don't give them the reaction they're looking for. They're real trolls are very good at getting specific reactions from people that they're looking for. They know how to. They know they know buttons
Yeah,
and
and they'll
which ones
pick the
to
weakest
push and
person on the
how to
panel
push.
first. They'll pick on the
Yeah.
weakest person on the panel as well first, usually.
Oh, bullies will always
Yeah,
only go for the
Samsonite and I
weakest.
get along. He's cool.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with Samsonite. But then also, yeah, you make a good point, Lindsay, because you have the entertaining troll. If you're I appreciate a good troll, and we
Yeah.
have some trolls here in the community that I keep around for that reason. That I would say are a very valuable part.
They play their part.
They do. You need your tricksters.
Yeah. Well, they've been around since forever, bro. There's always been, and historically, there's always been that one person, or even in like the medieval times, they had people devoted to that and specifically put towards that,
Yeah.
being clowns and stuff.
Well, that's a good point. That we actually have a group in society. You know, clowns, trolls, jesters. So it is a necessary evil.
Well, why evil though?
Well, they're not here to help. So to me, anything
Yes,
here
if
not to help
they,
is an evil.
I think they can.
Yeah, it's 50-50. It depends on the troll. It depends on their motives and like what they have in the back of their mind, what they're trying to get out of it. Whether it's
That's a
just
good.
entertainment or whether it's like actually like a bad motive. Like it's not a good. Yeah.
So, Jeff, how can a troll help in your opinion?
They can challenge you. They can bring some dynamism to keep things from getting too stale. It reminds me of the kids I used to be a class clown myself, and the kids I used to teach, the class clowns that would disrupt or provoke or try to tease or prank during class and stuff. I always, if they pulled it off successfully, I always appreciated it. I always tip my hat off to them. It reminds me of those kids. Like they added something to the classroom and to the teaching experience. They really did. And I was that for some of my teachers. And we ended up becoming closer as teacher students, and my class became close. Like our class was more memorable and they were close to us because of some of the trolling we did. It just kind of broke that formality of the teacher student relationship.
So this brings up a good point where I think about is because someone said this that the people who care about you the most, who actually care, are the ones who say anything, positive or negative. It's the people who don't say anything to you or the ones who don't care. So trolls are people who care about you, but in a weird way.
But yeah, possibly in a weird way, or care about themselves. Because some trolls will troll wherever they're able to troll. And
Yeah,
other
well,
trolls,
sometimes
like
a
the
troll-
better trolls, can pick and choose.
Right. Well, sometimes an experienced troll, if they see another troll up, like trying to ruin a panel, for instance, and they like the person who, like the panel owner, they'll go up there and take care of that troll because they're more experienced at it, and they'll get him off.
Yeah, maybe that happens too. The troll wars.
Right.
I do that. I'm not much of a rescuer, so I tend to do that less.
Have you guys met any master trolls? I've
Well,
not met
Mike,
any
Yeah.
ma-
the
I've
guy
only
that
met
was
one
up here
master.
earlier says himself. I mean, he gives himself the moniker the Master Troll. I
I did
certainly
not
don't
know
see
that.
it. I don't see it.
I knew one guy who trolled on the emergency room deathbed, bro. He died after his
Trolling.
last stream. That's how committed he was to the bit, bro. That
Wow.
was amazing. That was a master troll. Shout out to Testify, the master troll. I've
He
never seen that
streamed it?
before. Yeah,
At
he
least he
well,
dedicated
what happened
himself to
was
something, I guess.
he had pneumonia, which was fluid in the lungs during the
Hmm.
same time where C19 was going around, right? So he was denying that C19 was real, but then had fluid in his lungs and was at the hospital with a whole thing, everything you can think of, associated with C19, and he denied it until the very end. And his last dream was him on the medical gurney talking about this, that, hating on people, yelling at the mic, and that was his last stream, trolling. He went out trolling.
Who was
That's why he
that? Do
wanted to go
you
out.
know what you do? You know his name or who it was?
Testify.
Brother,
Yeah, his name is Testify.
testify.
Yeah, Testify. Yep.
Does he
Yep.
still have a channel?
I would know his wife. Everybody who associated with him tried to keep the channel going, but
Uh-huh.
nobody had his troll. Didn't have the troll ability, so it just feathered
Oh,
out. It feathered out. It just
huh.
feathered out. Yeah. But he might have a channel. It was called Pangea's. It was like Pangea's Island or something like that. You know where all the trolls get kicked off to is Pangea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was something special. But yeah, he
I
did
have
troll
not
himself.
heard of somebody doing that all the way to the end and then like broadcasting it, basically their death from their
Yeah.
deathbed.
Yeah, dude.
That's
It's amazing.
I can't lie. That's pretty intense.
That's intense,
Did he
bro.
have COVID-19 and pneumonia,
Well,
or was it just the pneumonia?
I don't know. He said he had pneumonia and the fluids in the lungs, and they put him
They
on
let
the.
him do it from the ER, like
Well, they didn't have a
as he was
choice.
dying. Like he's like, doctor, can you put my phone here so they could
Yeah, he had the
catch?
headset. He had the hair. He had the phone, and headset, and everything. I could probably pull up his last stream if I could find it.
And
Wow,
he
that's Oh wow. Oh.
and he died from the pneumonia. How old was he?
I believe between 50 and 60, and already unhealthy. So
Uh,
he was overweight. He had like he was just yeah. If he had C19,
I was
he
about
would
to
have
say
died.
because typically, yeah, that doesn't just kill people, but at that age, and with other health conditions, it's probably not good.
Complications.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
whole list of. It was a troll. Like he got everything he put out there. He
yeah.
was
Well,
not a healthy
that's it.
person. He was not. He was more focused on the hate than anything else. So it was an interesting
That's
thing to watch.
Salty
You
asked you a question. She's one of your members. She said, asked Jeff, do you know Stinky?
I don't know Stinky.
I don't either.
Oh, does anybody know Stinky?
I don't know.
Stinky? Who are you? Unfold yourself. Oh, is that Noel?
I guess it's somebody in the chat there along with
It might be
everyone else.
Noel. Stinky Noel? Stinky N?
I've heard that nickname before, Stinky.
If it's not Noel, it's somebody that looks like Noel.
It looks like two people are saying Samsonite saying it and saying that it's Noel and Stinky is saying it.
Okay.
She verified
It is Noel. Yes, I do know Stinky then. Or know of Stinky.
I know your mom. I know a Sticky, but no Stinky.
So what's happening in Australia?
I don't really keep up with too much. I'm gonna be real, but I heard from J Mate, which is someone else from Just Us's panel. I heard from him that apparently we just took over 3,000. It was either refugees or we took some people from Israel or Palestine and we put them here. And everyone's cracking up about it because they didn't do heaps of background checks, and people are saying that some of them might be Hamas trying to get into Australia.
Oh.
So that's like, yeah, that's like sort of what we got going on now.
Are you worried?
Not particularly, bro. Like I'm not. It's not like in a sense that I don't care. It's just that like, what's worrying gonna do? Like, what am I?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if I start worrying, like, it's not gonna achieve anything. But like, I think that people are concerned it's fair to be concerned because they didn't do the proper background checks on these people. They were very standardized background checks, if any at all. And yeah, but at the moment I don't know too much on it. It's just what I've heard from J mate. So, but yeah, it's just a bit of a concern at the moment for people.
Has the United States taken any refugees from Palestine? Does anybody know?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we haven't.
I don't like refugees. I want some hostages. That's what I want.
Let's see.
Refugees pay
Biden
taxes, bro.
considers.
That's it just seems like a different sort of group of people, you know.
No, well, I'll try to have a look.
Refugees might be a little too free thinking.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Gosh, we're so fortunate that we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
I know.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine that having to leave your country because of what's going on internally, and then you don't have any place to go without being shunned because it's an emergency kind of thing, and people are like, "Well, we can't accept you." And you're like, dude. So that's
Yeah,
gotta
so
be weird.
they granted hundreds of temporary visas to Palestinians. And this news article says more than 800.
Is it dispersed throughout Australia, or is it localized to a few cities?
I'm not too sure, but I would say it's either they've been put in a couple cities or they've been put in like I don't know. I don't want to say a detention camp, but like I don't know where. I honestly do not know where they've put them. It could be spread out. It could be in like a detention center, but without like detention center restrictions, sort of thing. Like they're not being treated like an immigrant. They're just being held there, sort of thing. But I don't know. I'm not too sure what's going on with it, but it is interesting. But we have a huge Israeli and Palestinian presence in Australia. Like Australia is like very multicultural. It's like if you go outside, it's actually like harder to like just find like a normal white person than it would be to find someone of a ethnicity, because yeah, Australia is just extremely multicultural. So like the whole Palestinian and like that whole Gaza conflict it's been causing heaps of riots in Australia because we have so many people from
On
Israel
both
here.
sides. For
Yeah,
both
on both
sides.
sides. Yeah, and
Whoa.
it's just been conflict in Australia as well. Because yeah, heaps of our country is made up of that Middle Eastern descent. Heaps of our country.
So I noticed you use an interesting word. Are they riots or are they protests? Are they actually like
They
are they
start off
violent?
as protests. They start off as protests, but then some of them just get violent.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That
That
sucks.
energy that
Yeah.
we see released on here.
Dude, if I was ever in a protest and it went that way, I'd just walk away and like we lost our.
My friend was walking, he was downtown, and he was like walking, doing his thing, and he came near a protest. He saw a protest happening near him, and he said this instinct took over him. It was like a crowd instinct or a herd instinct, and he didn't know what the protest was about, but he suddenly had the urge to join the crowd and start shouting and all that. So he said that when you're around that energy, it has a way of like pulling you in, and that Dionysian crowd, like collective energy, is powerful for a lot of. I tend not to feel it unless like things like Mardi Gras, I associate with specific like
Are you
occasions.
serious?
But I've heard that before from people about protest, like the psychology of crowds.
The Mardi Gras is huge here. We have huge festivals here.
Oh,
for
y'all
that.
have the Sydney Mardi Gras, right?
Yeah, that's one's huge.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's kind of a
Never heard of
big
that.
gay thing.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
We have a weed festival here. It's called the Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually they hold a cannabis cup there and everything.
Is it the same time as real Mardi Gras?
Nah,
Yeah.
it's different time. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Cool wordplay.
Have you had a chance to go to a cannabis cup or a Mardi Gras?
Nah, I haven't, because it's actually like very far away from me. So like where I am, it's like ages away. It's in a different state, so it's just like
I heard
I
it's
haven't really
super
been.
exclusive too. Like the cannabis club cup,
Yeah,
you have to be like in the
they
actual
have to
size.
know you. Put it that way. Yeah, they have to know you. You can't just rock up and like enter yourself in it. Like you
Right.
sort of have to be a known grower
Can I
around.
come
Like
in?
yeah,
Sitting
you
at the
can't
front
just
door,
rock
right?
up,
Right.
knock on the
Knocking
door,
on
and
the
be like,
door.
"Let me in."
Just at
You
the
know,
same
it's
time.
I don't know what happened, but it doesn't seem as popular as it was before as weed became legal. Like
Yeah,
I,
see,
I remember
I
like
don't know.
seeing the strains. It would be cannabis cup winner, and you go, "Oh, I want to go get that strain." But now in the dispensaries, everything is top tier. Everything is
Oh, like
uh,
Yeah,
everything's a winner.
everything's a winner. Yeah, so
yeah.
I never look for the cannabis cup
I won
winner.
the
There's no
cannabis
Nah,
cup.
me
advertising.
neither. Me
This is
neither.
the cannabis cup winner. Like strain. There's
And
no
they'll try to
advertising.
make you pay more because of that label it has. So
Oh,
Oh, of
dude.
course.
it's
Right.
I hate the guys who overpackage something. You're like, bro, why am I paying $80 for this? Because you're packaging?
yeah, just because it's in a cool packet.
Yeah,
The little label.
My weed just
yeah.
comes in standard tubs like this.
Ziploc back. Oh,
Tubs.
let me see. What
Yeah.
Nah,
is
nah,
it?
tubs. I'm on. This is legal. It's
Is
like
that edible? Is
from
that
an
an edible?
Australian. Nah, it's weed. There's weed in there. It's from an Australian dispensary. So we have
Oh.
dispensaries here. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a bottle.
I still
Yeah,
thought it
yeah. It's
was not for recreational use. I thought it was still
nah.
illegal
So
in Australia.
so in Canberra. So there's one state in Canberra, which is the Australian Capital Territory. It's you're allowed 3 plants and I think 50 grams of dried flower. And then in every other state, it is illegal except South Australia, it's decriminalized. So like you're not like it's not recreational legal, but like you're not gonna go to jail or be charged or anything like that. And then but for every other state, it's illegal. But everywhere in Australia, it is possible to get medical cannabis, and it is like there's no regulations on it, bro. Like
You
you
just have
can walk.
you get a card.
Yeah, I've got a card. I'll show you my card. You can literally go to a clinic and just say to them, you want like better weed or you want to know what you're getting, and they will literally sign you up. Like they don't care. Like
Yeah.
it's more about the money here. I'm not gonna dox myself, but
I don't
yeah.
That's
know.
where it is everywhere. It's
Do y'all
See, so
have
that's my
delivery?
clinic and dispensary. Yeah, it gets delivered straight to my door, or I can get it sent to a chemist and I just walk into the chemist. But mine gets flown straight to me.
No,
it's nice to just pick it up in
it's
the
legit now,
mailbox.
Jeff. It's a full-on industry that takes care of all of its
Oh,
customers.
Oh
it's
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's been popping here for ages. We've had it since 2015 with the medical. Yeah, we've had our medical since end of 2015. Yeah,
Hey,
at the start of 2016.
can we review a comment made by Mr. B? Shout out to Mr. B. The masses have never thirsted after the truth. Whoever can supply them with illusions is easily their master. Whoever attempts to destroy their illusions is always their victim. Lebon, or Lebon, I don't know who that is, or LeBron.
Le Bon.
LeBon.
Liban
Can we explore that, Jeff?
Okay.
Like, for example,
makes
how
sense.
can people fall for WWE knowing it's fake? But it's a billion-dollar industry. Like, how?
That was that perplexed me as a child. That is a
Yeah,
lifelong
I never
question I've been
liked that.
trying to. Because my stepbrother would watch it, and he was really into it, and he believed it, and I would watch it with him, and it was so obviously fake. I thought he was watching it because he was entertained, even though he knew it was fake. But he honestly believed in these storylines and these characters. And we would fight about it. We were like seeing two different realities. I couldn't understand why he couldn't see the fakeness, and he couldn't understand why I couldn't see how real it was.
I think a
Yeah,
lot of people
it's
do know
amazing
it's
how that
fake, but they
works.
are just legitimately entertained by it. It's just like a storyline, like sort of like
That's what I thought.
superheroes.
It's like a
But
movie
as
to them.
kids, like I think kids maybe
Yeah, you don't
couldn't
know
always
when,
tell.
when you really. I used to think the same thing, Jeff. I used to just look at it and think, come on, just
I
turn
mean,
that shit
you
off.
could tell they were acting. It wasn't.
Yeah,
That's not how real people fight.
I don't. I mean,
No.
nothing against the people that do love it. I mean, that's cool
Right.
if they find that entertaining. That's great.
Yeah,
All right.
I just
Is there,
couldn't. I could never get
they were
into
like
it.
male drag queens.
Yeah.
Jeff, is there anything you can do to help entertain that masses, or are you going to stick to the truth? This is
Me?
a truth channel, right?
I try to make the truth entertaining.
Right. And we want you to get to the masses.
I've
So
never been. I'm not for the masses. I've always known that. I'm definitely not for the masses. I'm not a masses person. So that's never been a goal. If somebody needs the masses communicated with, I am not the person to come to to figure out how to do it.
that's Internet God brings up a good point. He was crushed when he found out the rivals was fake. So like, oh man, America's all about. Is it America? Is this an American thing, or is this a worldwide?
That's a good
thing?
question because we gave the world
Nah,
Hollywood.
I know people that when I was younger that were obsessed with WWE. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, it kind of started here. Like you don't really have WWE
Like illusion.
anywhere else, bro.
We're the land of illusion.
Are we?
I don't know. We had Hollywood. That was a whole industry of maintaining these illusions of celebrity.
Well, this is bring up a good point that we've made America the land of illusion. In reality, we never took care of like the grass. We never took care of the essentials.
Yeah, we did.
And so
They
the
took care of the
illusion
grass where I was
failed.
from.
Okay, this is like for example, this is a basic thing. How come duvets aren't like standard in the United States?
How much?
Toilets.
Wait, what?
Nice toilets are not standard in the
Oh,
United States. Well, everywhere else
We
in the
have
world,
nice.
we have standard toilets, Jeff. We don't have toilets.
What's
that
a
are
nice toilet versus
heated-
a standard
heated
toilet?
water,
Like, what?
heated
How nice of a
seats.
toilet do you need?
They have toilets. I'm just
We have the
saying,
best
bro,
toilet paper.
You don't need toilet paper.
I need toilet paper.
That's what I'm saying. They make toilets. You don't need toilet paper. It's a waste of a resource. Right?
Oh, so that's the future of toilet.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
don't even
bro.
need
Like, we
toilet
can't
paper
even take
anymore.
the basic needs of just going
It's like
to the
Alexa.
bathroom.
It just
We
takes
still
care of it
use
all.
The Russian, the Roman system, bro.
Okay. Going back to the toilets themselves, though. What is your complaint about our toilets?
Well, it's just the basic needs aren't high. That's my point.
That's all it was ever for to me. What do you need it to do?
Well, I'm just okay. All right, Jeff. You ever gone to the bathroom in the middle of the winter? It's not fun, bro.
Yeah,
Right?
I
The toilet
have.
is cold. Your bathroom is cold. Everything's cold. Like you
We
can
have
get a
heat.
toilet.
And I'll tell you a key. If you don't,
Yeah.
you turn on the hot water, you run the shower for a little while, and that steam's gonna heat up.
Yeah, or buy a heat lamp. That's all you got in flick of a switch.
Yeah,
You're
easy.
done.
Buy a heat lamp and turn on
I
the shower
think
for 5 minutes. Why not just buy a
I've
toilet
never
does
had that be an issue ever. And
Yeah,
even
I've never
I
even
remember
thought of
growing
that.
up. I don't have them now, but they had like the cushion toilet seats that you could, and they didn't even get that cold because they
That's where
weren't
it
made
ended
of
for
that
me. I
porcelain.
was like, this is ultimate
Well,
comfort.
No,
I'm
it's
just waiting for like a hassock and then put my feet up, just kind of
the
chill and
issue.
read the paper or something.
Jeff, the issue isn't the toilet. It's the basic standards for life. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the
Well, how do you
illusion
think
that
rich
America's
people do?
great, but we don't even have good toilets. We have
How-
basic
I
toilets.
think
I've never had a complaint about I think we have fantastic toilets. The commodes here are top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
Japanese,
Someone
they
brings
have
up
like things
heated
that we
tile
get here that
floors.
are amazing toilets. They even say at the end, I'm very honored to accept your waste. And you
Yeah,
flush
I mean,
it. It's
people
amazing.
have heated floors in their house, in their homes.
Right.
That's
That's
like
not standard in the United States. bro. I
decadence to
build
me.
homes.
Luxury and decadence. That's not.
That's
Nobody
standard in
needs
other
heated floors. You
countries,
got
bro.
shoes. This soles.
I think in the Middle East and a lot of those countries, I think they tend to have those. What are they called? The ones that it shoots water and cleans you with
The
water.
bidets.
Bidet.
That's what
My
I'm
Bidets.
friend's
saying.
I
mom
think
had one of those.
typically in those Middle Eastern countries, and Mediterranean like islands and stuff like that and countries, they have those things because typically our people are a lot hairier. So like we like it's hairy down there. Then when you wipe with toilet paper and there's hair, it's not good. So typically it's the better way is with water.
That's okay.
I'm not even joking you.
Okay.
That
I'm
No,
being
I know. I
serious.
mean,
This isn't a
it's
solid
just funny
topic.
to
I was
sit here.
it was just the basics of like, hey, America could do better. It's the illusion that we are the best, but we don't even have the basic necessities that are like, like, come on. But anyways, thank you for sharing my topic. We can move on from toilets. I was hoping to go
I thought that
behind
was
toilets.
it's an interesting. I had never had heard that
I've
perspective
never
before.
looked at
That there
toilets
was
before.
of
It's
all the
cool.
things in America to criticize, that I hear a lot of it. That was not one that had been put on my radar yet.
no.
Okay, well, we're trying to improve it, so
What a shitty conversation.
we're-
uh, that's funny.
that's what we do in America. That's one of the privileges of living in America. We get to whine about this all the stuff that the rest of the world
No,
doesn't have to struggle with.
that's another good thing about like being able to complain about living in such nice standards. That's an interesting concept.
Except it's not nice standards to me. It's just normal. I've never known anything else. But if I go to another country, I'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm an American. I want to get back to my nice standards. I didn't realize how nice they were."
I want
So
to
wait,
get back to my toilet.
You
Yeah,
haven't had a chance to travel?
not outside of the country.
Wow.
I get in enough trouble in the country, so I don't trust myself out. That's like going on a strange panel. I don't know the rules.
Where was the first place you'd like to visit, Jeff?
None. I don't have. I've never. I've intentionally planned my whole life from a very early age to never leave the country. So I've never had to think about stuff. Although, if I ever like go on Survivor or get cast for one of those shows, I'm gonna have to go on some island somewhere outside of the country.
I wonder if a lot of Americans think that way. Because I'm not from the United States. I was born in the Philippines, so I grew up.
So
I
it's not
came
a big
here.
deal to you to be
I
outside
came
of the
here,
country.
so yeah, it's I don't have the same concept that this is where I'm from.
Yeah, it's all I've known, and I'm adjusted to it enough to where I know how to stay out of trouble more or less. But if I go to somebody, like if I go to England and send the wrong tweet, the police could be at my house. Like I don't trust myself to the social and legal norms of a foreign country. I barely
we-
can adjust to another state.
Can we explore that? Like, how far is internet policing gonna get? This is the beginning of internet policing,
I know
right?
it depends on if you vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump.
Yeah, so you guys all thinking Kamala Harris is gonna win?
I think
That's just
that
my totally subjective sense of.
because the
I mean,
system wants her to win, not because the people want her to win.
No, I
I
think
thought
I do think we're
Trump
gonna
would
have
have
a free
won.
and fair election.
That shooting would have pushed up his votes.
It did for a little while, but that's when Biden was still running too. So when they swapped out Biden, they got this whole burst of momentum because of that. That over eclipsed his fight.
Will Biden or Harris being president affect Australia?
I think Biden being president affected us, yes, because inflation. As soon as he come into presidency, inflation just went through the roof, like everywhere. Like
Wait, the
in
world?
Australia as well. Yeah, in Australia as well, bro. As soon as he went in, bro, everything just went AWOL, cause everything. Not only with the inflation with us, it only really infected because you got to think about it. Like, yeah, like we do grow a lot of our own produce and like we have a lot of livestock and that type of stuff, but we also are doing a lot of importing because we're so far away from everyone. Like we have to import certain things. So like it does when he fucks up the inflation everywhere else, and we obviously buy a lot of things from America, it's gonna mess up our economy as well
That
because we
makes sense.
have such
I've heard
big
other
business
Australians say the
partnerships.
same thing. I've heard other Australians say the same thing, that like what affects America, it affects Australia. and I was
Yeah, it does.
kind of
Because
I
we're
was a little bit blown
partners.
away by that. But if you're saying it too, I mean, I've heard like 3 or 4 other
Yeah, well,
Australians.
we're partnered with you. If we like, because back in like I think it was we made some treaty back in World War Two or World War One. There was some sort of like partnership that was made. So like if yous ever go to war, like obviously we have the NATO and that, but I'm talking pre-NATO. If yous ever went to war, we have to come with you, like sort of thing.
You guys always have. I mean,
Yeah,
you've always been with us.
yeah, we've always been friends with America.
Yeah, which is good, in my opinion. I really, especially now with the internet,
Aren't we the
gotten to know
Five Eyes?
gotten to know several Australians that I really like.
Oh, that's good. That's good that you've met
Yeah,
Australians that can give you that opinion on us. I'm happy that
yeah. In
makes me
fact,
happy.
I'd say like 99% of them.
So are your prices coming down now from inflation? Because that's what they're saying in the United States, that we're leveling out again. Are you guys starting to level out or no? All right, I should probably wait until you're after your hobby.
Damn, that is a hobby.
Hobby
Interested.
slash recreation.
Yeah, I think he's going for a record on this one.
I
He's
don't
going to the
know.
moon, guys.
That's it.
I think at the moment, because the change has only just happened, we won't notice it just yet. But I think in the next, like, say, 6 months, it should start to get better.
Right.
Cool.
But
You'll
yeah, our
see a
food
change. You
and
don't know if it's
everything
going to be
went
for better or for
crazy.
worse.
All
Right.
right.
Hopefully, it's
Who
for better.
who do you want to win, Taff,
I
out
don't
of the
care.
election?
I
Oh,
think it's all just a bunch of bullshit. I've never been into politics at all, ever, having zero interest in it because nothing in the end ever really changes. That's the way I
so
feel about it. I don't
what do
watch
you
the
think?
news. I don't talk about politics. I don't care about the left or the right or the independent. I don't care about any of it.
So does it affect you at all when people say,
No.
"Well, not doing anything is actually worse than trying to do something"?
No, I don't care. It just doesn't
Yeah.
affect my life. I don't let it affect my. I don't watch the news. I don't, those kinds of things. They're just, it's constantly negative, transparent, and lies. And I don't, I just don't watch TV. I never really have. I mean, I'll watch, documentaries, something fun like that. When I was a kid, I'd watch TV, but as I've gotten, when I became an adult and everything, it just became so see through, and it's so easy to see through all these lies, but they just keep spoon feeding it to you 24/7, and it doesn't matter. Everybody has an agenda, even though they're not supposed to. It's supposed to be non-biased, but it's all biased, and it's just all. I don't believe any of it because it's just junk. And at the end of the day, I hate using that term because it's so overused. But
So
it's not going to do anything good for me. You know what I mean? Because all the news is negative. So
so
it will not affect my everyday life because that would just start off my day already in a bad light by watching the news. There's nothing
yeah,
positive about it.
I find it interesting when people say I start my morning off with the news. I'm like, what are you watching then? If it's
Right.
all, yeah, yeah.
No
So
reason for it.
out of curiosity, what is the most recent lie you think you've heard from the government? Because I haven't been
See,
paying
that's
attention
just
to
it.
them
I
at
don't
all.
listen, so
Who? What
me
is
neither.
the government? There's so many moving parts to the government. You mean like from Biden or from
Well, I'm just in general, like for
Congress?
maybe the press secretary for Biden. Um,
Oh, I don't pay attention to her. I ignore her. I don't listen to a thing she says. I don't. But I didn't listen to the other one either. The Pasaki, that little
mhm.
redhead girl. So if that's what you mean by the government, I don't. I ignore it. Hey,
Yeah, it's
freak.
just a matter of like I don't accept the choices.
Hey boys, I'm gonna step down now. I'm gonna go do a few things, but it's been good talking to you. I'll definitely jump up another time.
Yeah, please
And
do. Good
Yeah, it
talking
was
to you
nice
too.
meeting you.
yeah, it's nice meeting you all, and I hope you guys have a good life. And I'll talk to you next time. I'll
You
You
too,
definitely
too.
jump up.
Taff. Anytime.
Have
Hey,
a good
brother.
one,
You too.
boys.
Take care, Taff.
Cool, cool, cool.
That's one of the fun things about the panels is, like you said, Jeff, it's from people from all around the world and not just your local community. So we get to hear all kinds of different opinions at the same time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's the new global village.
Have you thought of a name? I know someone said that the mentioned that the Renegades was probably kind of cool. Have you thought of kind of a name for your members?
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm thinking that's going to be one of the tiers, like not, like names for a few of the tiers. I just called this basic tier supporters for now, but I'm trying to think of a catchy, clever name for
Tears for Fears, the band.
it. Tears for Fears.
Um,
But I
one
love Tears for Fears. So
Yeah, I
don't
remember
get me
that. What
wrong.
Shout
Yeah, there's
one
so
tip.
many good songs. They had so many good songs.
and everybody wants. Is it
Yeah, that
everybody
was
wants to
another
rule
one.
the world? Was that them?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a whole
No,
bunch.
Bones. He had shorts on. I didn't see anything. So if you saw something I didn't, let me know.
I know Bones. He's a good friend. I like Bones a lot. He's a good guy. It's just
I
funny.
really think about your memberships, because when you go to adjust memberships, sometimes that cancels out a tier, and you have to and all those members get refunded, and you have to start all over again.
Wait, say that again.
When you adjust your memberships and start adding things and changing things, sometimes YouTube requires you to cancel out that tier
Oh
and create a
yeah, if
whole
you
new one.
change the price on a tier, but I would just add new tiers,
Okay,
and then
just
people
a
could
tip.
voluntarily switch on their own to a new tier
Oh,
if they want. Because any tier you join, you get every tier below that automatically. So you only have to join one of the tiers.
so the original reason why I came up to the show was because Midlife was talking about channel growth and what he's doing to promote channels and
Sort of
everything, and like thumbnails and like
avatars.
and avatars and stuff like that. I personally think that thumbnails are overrated. Um,
I quit
uh,
using them
like for example, in a vertical stream, you don't see the thumbnail, right? I've never seen a thumbnail for a vertical stream.
because
It's
I
just
noticed on
Streamyard
one of
only
your. Go ahead. Sorry.
Streamyard only lets you use thumbnails if you're scheduling in advance anyway. So if you just use it to go live, it doesn't even use thumbnails.
hmm. So I think thumbnails are a little overrated, especially if like some of the top tier streamers don't even have creative thumbnails. They just go live.
It's mixed. It depends on how that important that is to a viewer. If I lose a couple of viewers because my channel is a little raw looking and not as aesthetically polished as they're used to, I'm fine with that. Because it's a trade off for the amount of work I have to put in just to keep the few amount of viewers that's going to be bothered by that.
Right, and that's where I kind of share similar ideas. Where it's sad to see some of these content creators put in the hours of work and not get rewarded for it. I've seen people make amazing stop animation videos. They only get like 100 views. And you're like, bro, it's stop animation. That takes a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks. Shout out to the Shady Spot. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. Hope you like video games. And I'll be
Tommy
doing open
D.
panels soon.
Tommy D's a good dude. He's cool.
Yeah, he comes up on here. That's Tommy.
Yeah. He has
Do you
his own
guys
channel too.
would you guys like to join me on an open panel someday? If I had an open panel?
Of
Yeah,
course,
I'd go.
yeah, of course, absolutely.
Oh, I
I'd
just had a
go.
feeling that no one would show up, bro. It'd just be me.
If you
Uh,
Me and me.
if you like give me a little bit of notice and then send it to me when you go live so I'll know you're on.
There
I'll
you go.
hop on.
All right. All right.
And
Go do
Jeff
some
will
work.
probably as well. I mean, I don't want to speak for Jeff, but Jeff would probably plug it for you too and say, "Hey, I'm just going to go check out Philip. He comes here and seems like a good guy. He's going to start up his own panel. You know what I mean? It just helps. It's people helping
Yeah.
others. That's all.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
make sure to
plug
go
it.
live when Jeff goes live.
If you think it'll help, sometimes it might hurt a channel. You might want to like be. I don't know that guy, Jeff who? I don't know that guy.
Yeah, or
And I
Jeff
would
is like,
help
I
with
don't
that
like that
too.
guy. I'm not going over there, especially now that I was going to go check out this Philip guy. But if he hangs over there with Jeff, nah, fuck him.
Yeah, because sometimes it could bring the wrong audience.
Right.
Oh, this is a good place, Jeff. Thank you for creating such a cool atmosphere and a cool place to hang out. I really hope you don't create those drama tiers. I really hope
You
do
don't
that.
think it's I know there's a market for it, like guaranteed. If there's one thing I'm sure about, there's definitely a market for that. But you don't think long term for the channel, the ultimate channel vision, that it's worth.
No, I think you should do what you want to do on your channel, and I'll enjoy the content. If it's drama, I tend to go to another stream. You do what you want, brother.
We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to, because I have one foot in the drama myself. I have that weakness, like it's one of my vices too. But I'm just trying to do it in a different way.
One thing I can tell you,
Survivor-
Jeff, is that if you do, as you said, you have one foot over there, you can't do both. I can tell you that because it's been tried and tried and tried and tried, and it's never, ever worked out. And ultimately, it destroyed the person's whole channel.
How many
Everything.
channels have you seen that happen to? 1, 2,
4?
4?
4 or
I mean,
5?
it's not unbelievable that it would.
Yeah, I
I've
mean, they
seen
wanted
it.
to talk about serious subjects, but then they'd have like a drama night, and
that happens here.
or they'd have a drama channel on the side of it, and then unfortunately, what happens
It would
is,
bleed over.
yes, and it completely inundates everything.
I've seen drama destroy community, like not specific
Yes.
channels, but communities centered
Mhm.
around channels.
I'm in 2
Right,
of
like-
them.
Oh.
So
And
Drama
then
doesn't
just
have-
the Australia guy last night was telling us, even in his community, which is it's a men's health community, even that is not immune from drama.
no, nothing is. You can be sitting and talking about basket weaving, and someone will come in and start,
That
you
probably
know,
would
just start
cause
shit.
drama.
But I mean, even in the early days, you could see it. I mean, but I've known about this forever, just simply because of being on the computer forever, since like before the internet or anything, just the old BBS days. People would argue back then, and I had my fill of it, back then, pretty much, or I knew a lot about how to go about using those. I guess if you want to call them skills,
They are
to
skills.
uh, to create drama and this and that, but it's just inevitable that people will, like, I'm digressing back, when YouTube really started picking up, you could put up, a video. People were just putting up videos. They weren't doing streams. They didn't have the technology yet, and you could put up a video of literally just, as I said, basket weaving. You could just show a really quick. You could just show literally a basket, in the video, and say what it is in the title, and it would be like a 5 to 10 second clip, and people start arguing in the comment section. So
Yeah.
So, Captain,
Yeah, they had
how
that on
long-
AOL too, now that I think about it. We were steeped in drama.
it goes everywhere. It's always been that way.
basket
Gay.com
weaving's been
definitely
around
had
forever.
drama. Do what?
What's that, Philip? Sorry.
I said, well, basket weaving's been around forever. There's always going to be a hater on that one.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, Capgun, how much experience do you have on the talking to people on the panelverse, experiencing channels and stuff? Like, I probably have like 2 years of this, and I've noticed the ups and downs, but I haven't really participated in it, and don't really notice the drama channels. But though I do notice them, I stay away from them.
Drama channels. Hey, Wombat. Welcome.
Hey. What's up?
It was like 3 years basically, but prior to that, I mean, just God, trolling goes back to the CB radio. I mean, I used to troll on the CB radio constantly back in the day.
Wow.
I used to just sit there was a a small like motel next to the truck stop, so it would actually sound like I'm right there, and I'm pretending to be a trucker, like threatening, asking people to come and yank me out of my truck and beat my ass. Come find me, and then you're just in rows upon rows upon rows of trucks,
Oh
but
my
I'm right next to
god.
this. Those were the days.
Hey, Wombat, thanks for showing us your cutting boards. That was really
Oh
cool.
wait, let me see.
Yeah,
Hang
no
on.
worries.
You got
Wait,
something? Let me
when
see.
did you do that?
Oh,
That was yesterday, right? You were showing us the cutting
Oh,
boards.
buddy.
Shit. Up,
Oh, look at
I
Puppy.
know.
pup dog.
Hey, Puppy.
He's old. He's only got like
Yeah.
4 teeth left. Don't you, bud?
Ah,
I know.
that's one thing I don't like. I just can't stand. I mean, it's like setting yourself up for a 10 to 15 year eventual breakdown.
You know.
Hey, Tommy.
What up, guys?
Tommy.
But
What
I
up?
still love him. So
How you
Jeff,
guys doing?
I had a new idea for trivia since Mike declined. And
Okay.
the idea is you you read a statement and the contestants have to guess whether Mike Cerrone actually said it or not. So you read some outrageous statement and then did he say it or did he not?
Y'all are obsessed.
I'm obsessed with lol cows.
You should do real trivia. Like you should do a real competition. It'd be kind of fun
Yeah,
to
I
have a
think there's
real.
potential for that.
I like trivia. It's a lot of
Mhm.
fun.
Like
Yeah, it
philosophy
can be.
trivia or history
And Mike likes
trivia.
trivia too. And if he's on a panel with us and we all do it one day, he'll join in. He likes trivia.
He'll wreck it, but yeah.
Hank,
Hey, Hank.
what you been
Hey,
up
Good
to?
to see Hank, dude.
Yep.
Salute, Hank.
So I tested my social skills with the most difficult people in the Panaverse, and they seem really good. But it's not enough to get me to my goals, because I need to just be convincing and marketable, and I can't get over the hump of other people's prejudices. And I'm gonna need to learn like deception, marketing, or just literally be a different person to get around that. It's very annoying.
You talking about in person, in real life?
Yes.
Actually, Hank, learning to be a new person is kind of fun.
It's
Let's
not
just say
always easy.
what Internet God said earlier that caller ID ruined prank calling, and yeah, I'd have to agree with that. That kind
You
of
can
was.
spoof. You can spoof.
Well, then you could
You
do
star
star 6 7 and block.
Star 6 7.
We had that thing where you had
Yep.
to you had to like say your name before, and then it had to approve the call, so it like filtered or gate kept calls. And
Yeah.
then
Hey,
it would.
Joe Cool. My God, I haven't seen that dude. I've seen him a couple times and then said hi, but I guess he didn't see me. What's
Oh,
up,
he
Hey, Joe
man?
should.
Cool. Make
Yeah,
your
he doesn't
appearance.
come
We
around
can
here a
end the
lot.
show.
Yeah, I run into him at least once a week.
No, Hank, you know what's interesting about what you said is it was easy for me to be mean to people, and I knew exactly how to be mean and what my limitations of being mean was. It's more fun right now to explore how nice. I don't know. I don't know my limitations on how nice I can be. I know my limitations and how mean I can be, and that's where I'm having fun is
But
exploring how nice I can be as that person.
does it feel good to be nice?
It
Like, how
does.
do you get over that
What
fact
ick?
feeling? I don't know. It feels gross
I
to
don't
me.
think beyond that.
Oh,
I'm not trying.
I
I'm
have a
not
lot
trying
of
to be fake.
resistance. Put it that way.
I have.
So you
I'm
don't
not
have.
trying to
You're able to be nice and not feel any conflict
because
about it.
I'm not being fake.
Yeah, I'm not either.
So if you're being fake and nice, I can imagine having a feeling afterwards. But if you're being honestly nice, you're too busy in the moment to go beyond that. I would think to think negative if you're trying to be nice. That's the whole point.
So Hank, what do you think? Why do you think what's happening in the Panelverse is not translating to real life? What would make the
I,
difference?
the communication breakdown just happens to not be on my end, so I can't really make a difference.
what is the communication breakdown?
Well, other people in their loops and into their prejudices, and I can't really influence them. I don't have the tools.
Yeah.
But on
Break
here, you
through
do. You can
denial and
influence them on
rationalization.
here.
Well, what's your intent for the influence?
I'm a better life myself, but unless I play the game, I can't. I don't really know how.
What game? What game?
Well, if I want like a change jobs, we have to play the application game,
Oh,
the
okay.
interview game.
No. I get what you mean now. I misunderstood you.
So what is your
No,
game
I feel
on the
that.
Panelverse?
But I was just training.
Yeah.
I was just training for a year. I've spent a year training, interacting with more people just to be sure if it was on my end or not, and I'm sure it's not on my end. So I don't
No.
need to. So I
Not
don't
all of
need
it.
to talk to any kind of counselor that says you need to work on your communication skills because they probably aren't competent enough to even give me that review. So
I get it,
Hank,
Hank.
how do
but-
you know it's not on your end?
because I've been on the Pentaverse for a year testing if it was on my end, and it's not. There's plenty
But
of
how do you
footage.
test it? Because we all have biases and
like
cognitive
a
biases,
couple
right?
hundred hours of being on the damn panels. That's how.
We all have our
Okay.
faults, but I get his point. I get Hank's point. He's seen some crazy things happen, and it's not
Yeah.
all you. I mean, there's a lot of people on these panels, so everybody has their issues. Period.
But what's happening on the panels might there might be some difference in real life that's causing it to not translate. So the
Well-
success that he's having on the panel, there might be something about this medium in and of itself that's allowing for that's not happening in real life.
Yeah,
So the
don't you
two
think-
don't like cross over to each other smoothly.
yeah, and
Exactly.
another thing, a lot of people who don't like me on the panels or some of the gatekeepers in real life. So go figure
Don't you-
how to avoid those.
Don't you think people's personal lives, in a way, dictate how they behave on the panelverse?
Yes.
Oh yes. So you could tell people come on in a bad mood or they're in a happy mood. Some people reveal personal things on the panelverse, so you get to know them in a more intimate level. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So I was just on Officer Snap's show today, and he was going on about we shouldn't be cupcaking with people he doesn't like, and I asked him for a list of who are we allowed to do it with, and he can't even provide one because it's all might makes right in the moment kind of thing. And you don't have kind of managers that were like that before, that they don't even know what they want. They just want you to do what they say.
I know. That's about the time I get fired.
it's about the time you leave, or get it. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
Live that way.
Yeah.
Live that way. It's not healthy.
But the problem with that is, if that happens to you at work, well, you're gonna lose your income, and that's
Yeah.
not good.
Yes, you are all correct. That's
I like my job, man. I'm lucky. I work for a good guy, a good boss. I enjoy the people I work with. I'm on my own most of the time, just working on a car, so I don't have to deal with people. I like going to work.
Hey, can you explain cupcaking for the viewers that might not know?
So it's a prison term for just having a communication. You're having conversation instead of yelling at back and forth at them. So that's copying. That's what
That's
we
a
call
prison term?
communication.
Interesting.
Apparently, at least the guy who uses it the most, I know for certain he's been in prison. He said so. So I assume it's a
Okay.
prison term because I never
Yeah, I
heard
hear
it.
you.
Either
It's kind of
I heard
like
it mentioned that
simping,
guy.
right? Like sucking up
Yes.
to somebody,
Yeah,
Yeah,
sucking
being
up.
acting
Simping.
friendly to them.
Yes,
Same.
it's like simping, but it applies more generally than simping because, but it's pretty much is a different. It's like simping, but it has a different connotation.
Urban Dictionary says it has a romantic one. It's paying more attention to a girl than your friends, flirting or being flirtatious, cupcaking. Let's see.
Flirtatious, cupcake. It's funny.
Sounds like
Makes sense.
screwing.
A person will
Makes
usually
sense.
be cupcaking when they are attempting to hook up or flirt with the girl due to
Oh
the
yeah,
fact that so it's something you do to like warm people up to you. So when he's talking about cupcaking,
it's the
you're
same
like
thing.
hanging out and being nice, playing nice with all the people he hates.
And when you simp for people, that's the same
He's trying
thing
to
as
Yeah.
control.
playing nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're simping.
yeah, but
You're giving.
they're just perpetually angry. So I don't care about the standards are just off for
But I
me.
What's
knew
the
this
chat?
like months ago when I first saw them on a panel. You had
What
to run the
channel
test yourself.
are you talking about? The guy that
Uh,
you said the guy that says it.
oh yeah, it's a Snafu strike team. I was on that today.
Oh, yo, I
Oh, I
seen
saw that guy.
Flo. Flo got into it with him, and then left a panel yesterday over that guy, over that
He's
snafu
just a
guy.
troll. He tries to show
Is
up and
is that one of the
disrupt and
guys that
cause. And
hates Jack?
the key to him is not let him on. You're never gonna see him on my panel
Yeah, he
because I
let
know not to let him on.
somebody
Yeah,
else let him on. I think I forget what
yeah.
Is
panel
he
it
one
I
was.
of
actually
Jack's
I
enemies?
actually went to his panel. But the thing is, guys like them exist in corporate structures, so I have to know how to deal with them.
Oh, I get it.
Really, at that level of like
Pettiness.
Yes,
savagery and
I run into.
barbarism.
They're not as visible. Yes, but there's people whose deep town has the same
I could see
mentality.
that. I could
Yeah,
see him. I could see that. There's a lot
And
of pettiness in business, and
I mean, the sociopaths and the dark triad and the Machiavellis are usually the ones that end up at the top anyway. That's the personality you have to stay at the top. So you're right about that part, if that's what you
yeah,
mean.
he is
yeah,
right.
Hank,
True.
the
It's a good
panelverse
point, Jeff.
isn't a corporate structure.
but I hear the answer is just pick a better company. They're everywhere.
What was that, Phil?
And there's no way to it's really hard to filter who's where in an interview process because it's a whole Potemkin village. They'll lie to you.
Yeah,
I don't
it's that
I
production thing.
yes. I don't even
Yes.
bother apply for new jobs in my company because they're just pants on fire lying about basic things in the job description. So I don't
Are
really
you
care.
looking at other companies, or you're just happy staying where you are?
I'm not happy staying where I am, but it's something I can hold on to perpetually because their turnover is so high they can't downsize. So
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I'm always looking for other opportunities, but like I said, I've been at the place where I'm working for like 3, 4 years, and I like it, you know. Um, but it's always good to keep an eye out, you know, other opportunities, other businesses, other companies, things like that. A lot of opportunity in America.
Hey, Hank, how do you correlate the panelverse with corporate?
Yeah, I was curious about that too.
Because I don't see that. Or like corporate, you still have to like maybe that YouTube is the boss, and we all have to work under YouTube's
Or
rules, but
this is
people
the
don't do that
corporation.
here.
well,
No,
yeah.
people don't do that here.
Well,
And
Like Snappy's
well,
not
yeah.
channel is
everyone's
always
getting
struck.
paid though either.
Let me put it this way: the panel host is equivalent to a manager because they manage the panel.
And the
I
CEO.
agree.
No, I see
They're
what you're
not.
saying, but some of these managers would not be in a corporate society.
Yes, some of them weren't, but there's a
Some
lot of
are.
different kind of businesses out there. So if you're not talking
Those
big
aren't.
corporate, there could be small business.
But you related to corporate, and that's where I'm trying to figure this out.
Like the way
Yeah,
someone manages a panel is similar to how someone might manage a corporation.
yeah. How to manage a
No, they
team.
manage a small business, but not a corporation.
Well, small. You don't know what a corporation is. A corporation is literally just a name in a database. So
I
Okay.
see what you're saying, but I just don't see the correlation. But okay.
But listen, I'm sorry, Philip. There's a lot of pop. I know I guess you're saying the panel verse only, but as far as YouTube, like you said, they're our boss. If you look at all the channels that make, you know, that are profitable, a lot of those people could be in the corporate structure. I mean, they have legit. Their channels are, you know, structured in a way that looks professional. You know what I mean? They
No,
don't have drama.
I agree
You
with
know,
that, but I have a
but
hard
it's not the
time.
panel verse. Yeah, it's not the
I
panel
have a hard
verse.
time. Like for example, I would not use the panelverse as a testing zone on how to interact with real life.
I
That's
get
where
that.
I'm having a hard time
So,
correlating those two.
well,
Yeah,
I can't.
I
Well,
agree.
my alternative is testing and production, and I can't do that because I don't have enough money to live without work.
Okay.
People are so fake on here. It's hard to know. They wouldn't act that way in real life. Is that where you're getting at, Philip?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it seems like you're testing. So far, the person that you brought up for one of your tests is not a good test subject. Like
Yes.
Snap.
So
Hank,
Philip,
I like how you threw in that software development term, the test in production.
yes, yeah. Philip's alternative testing and production. You can only learn about the corporations. But the thing is, if I screw up, I don't have any money. So that's not a good. That's not valid. That's not. That's not a solution to the issue.
I get it.
Lost on that
It's
one.
just people come on here and they pretend. A lot of people, they don't act the way they would in real life. At least I think they don't. Some people
I
do.
hope that.
Some
Yeah.
people
I
do.
wonder about that.
I wonder too. I really do. I'm pretty much the same. I haven't really put on any acts when I came on here.
Liliana, what's your impression? Are they more or less? Because I've met a lot of people from AOL and chat rooms and stuff, but that's a little different medium. And I've just learned that the way people present online, not to like to separate that from the person themselves, not to ever expect those two to line up too much.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Philip. I can always turn you off. I can't turn off my source of income. So
Why don't you turn this into a source of income?
You can. You definitely can. It's meant to be that.
Great
because I
question,
can't
Jeff.
pay the bills with that. You can't pay the
you
bills.
could probably if you build it
I
up
could.
enough. I mean, this is long term,
Well,
but
I think people would donate to your channel, Hank.
yeah, I can buy coffee in a month, but it's
you
not gonna pay
you
the
could get
bills.
monetized and
You'd have to work a
When I
job
did
in the beginning until it
when I
took
did
off.
YouTube, it was
Hank.
enough to pay for StreamYards, which equaled out the cost and my internet bill. So it did help when I did YouTube.
Oh yeah, it helps. It definitely helps. I was
And
monetized for a
potential for
little bit.
more.
I made money on AdSense, and you know, the amount of money time I had to put into it, it just didn't equal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yep.
dropped the monetization and just stopped going on as much. I just go on other panels. But I get your point. You got to work a job first and then build it up, and then once it's successful enough, then you can transition into doing it full time.
Well, I think there's still room for Hank to find what he's looking for on YouTube. It's just we gotta get him time. We can give him more panels, maybe more people to work with.
Yeah, just know that people that come on here a lot of times aren't acting the way they would in real life. At least I think they don't. Depending on the panel you go to, though. If you're going to serious channels, you know.
Yes, but here's the thing. There are people who act even wilder in real life than they do in their persona, like Mr. Beast or Vince McMahon or Donald Trump. So it kind of averages out in a wash.
I heard Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar got in some trouble recently.
Exactly.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know Brock Lesnar was tied to it, though. Yeah. I've met people off YouTube before, like people I've met on YouTube. I've met them in real life. Only a couple. But we did things together. Like we did an outreach together.
Yeah.
So it was like a function we did together. It wasn't like we just met up to hang out.
Yeah, I'd like to do that meet and greet in the future. I think it'd be
are
fun.
you still doing your train trip?
Yes. Yeah, I should be doing that September, anywhere from September to December. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Long trip.
Well, no, it's that's my time frame from September to December. So I want to do it towards the winter time when it's potentially raining. Because I think it'd be fun to take a train trip when it's raining, and then I just gotta find the time for it. Right now we're in full production, so and working
Yeah.
with my coworkers and finding out their schedules and everything, and then figuring it out. So give me a month or two. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I've never really seen the United States. I've just hanging around in Southern California, so I'll be able to travel like 3 states on train and check out the wilderness. If I see anything I like, I'll just put on a notebook and get in my truck and check it out later.
Oh wow. Joe, I would ask you to come up and because I want to hear more about it, but I'm actually gonna wrap up soon because I have another commitment.
You have Survivor, bro?
Yeah.
Survivors
Awesome.
They're pulling me in.
How's that going?
It's that window.
It's that window.
Well, that's awesome that you built a community watching a show, dude. That's freaking awesome. I'm really stoked for you, Jeff.
Yeah, well, Survivor kind of has a built-in. If you're, it's kind of like music growing up. If you're all into the same show, it kind of has its own built-in fan base. So if you meet another Survivor fan, there's already a big common bond there to
Yeah.
build on.
So Jeff,
You guys watch that in Discord, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
That's
Do you
cool.
watch
building
old
communities, brother.
season?
Yeah, we just rewatching old seasons, and then the current season of Big Brother is on here in the U.S. So, and that's 3 times a week. So we watch each new episode of that too. So we
What
got 2
is Big
shows
Brother like a spinoff of that Survivor?
No, but it's the same network. It's like Survivor, but in a house. So it's a bunch of people in a
Okay.
house voting
I
each
got
other
you.
out instead of on an island. And it's
I
the
got
thing
you.
about Big Brother is it plays out live, so nobody knows it's not pre-filmed and then edited, so nobody knows what's going to happen or who's going to win.
I
You think
enjoy
Survivor's
road rules.
scripted? You think it's scripted?
It's not it's edited, but it's not scripted.
So it's
There's-
all legit things, and they just edit it at the end to make it
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think it's tightly managed, but yeah, it's unscripted. Like
More or
reality
tightly
TV is
managed.
they call it.
They're out there for a
unscripted.
long time, for 24 hours, so it's hard to script that much dialogue all day long for that amount of time.
But I think they engineer reactions and drama.
Yeah, they might make things
I don't
more.
even know
The
how much of
leading
that they do.
questions. Well, I think they ask leading.
Well, like in
questions.
the confessionals, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
They have ways of interviewing them.
Yeah.
But I think most of the manipulation is in the editing. But that's any
Yeah,
any storytelling.
I'd agree with that.
So Jeff, thank you for opening up the panel today. It's been real fun talking to you, exploring ideas. Capgun, Tommy D, Wombat, thank you guys. Brothers,
Nice
have a
Thanks,
good
talking
one.
Philip.
to you.
Peace.
Philip, thank you too.
Later on,
Thanks,
Philip.
Jeff. Later, Capgun.
Yeah,
Later,
thanks
Tommy.
a lot, Jeff. I appreciate everything. Have a good night.
Wombat, Tommy, you too. Capgun.
Capgun, have a
See
good
y'all
night,
later.
bro.
I may be out later tonight, depending on how things go. If not, I'll definitely be here tomorrow. So catch me then. In fact, Capgun, I'm gonna say goodbye to you, and then have Mike in the back. I'm gonna let him come on and say his goodbye, and then I'll wrap it up. I don't know if you're there, but I'll. All right.
Hey,
Hello,
what's
Mike.
up?
Hi,
What's going
hi
on?
and bye. What's up?
He said hi and bye. Hello, goodbye. Yeah. It's like a relationship. I love you, but goodbye. No, but yeah, no, I mean, it's, it's tumultuous, as they would say, but you got a good
Well,
profile, man. You got
I
a good.
look at it as where it's all adults, grown people, at
Yeah.
least chronologically, making choices ultimately.
It's
So whatever the outcome is, it's a series of decisions and choices being made by
Yeah.
a group of adults.
And I'll tell you this, Jeff. They hate our dynamic. They hate it. They hate the fact that me and you get along. They want to disrupt it. But I'm not gonna.
Is
I'm
this
not.
a trap? Because I'm feeling drawn in.
No,
You're
no,
very
no,
hard to
no. Listen.
resist. But
No,
here's what I
listen.
want to ask: Do
Yeah.
you hate the fact that I have them up here and we have conversations and rapport and
No,
all that to it? Does it go
not
both
at all.
ways? All right.
Not at all. They want to break us
And
up.
honestly, I don't get the feeling that it does because you're able to sit here and
Yeah.
participate. Like so, I don't.
They can't understand how two people with opposite views can actually be friends.
But
They can't.
what? A, how do you know all this? Because there's a lot of people we're talking about. And B, why? Just like I don't understand why you take up as much of their bandwidth as you do. Why do they take up as much of yours?
Okay, so they as in the haters, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
me
get it.
and
With the
you have been
audience.
talking for months and months and months, right? and me and you have never had a bad word, even though we have opposite views, complete opposite. But I treat you as an equal. I do. I've never disrespected you.
Yeah,
But they
even when,
hate
yeah,
that.
we did even when we disagree, we're very civil about our
Yeah.
disagreements.
But they hate the fact that someone can talk to somebody with a different view
But
respectfully.
why does that bother you?
It
Whether they
doesn't. It
hate that or
doesn't.
not?
I
You,
wish
when
they
you're,
were more like. I wish they were more like me and you, where they can
but you are
talk.
thinking about them and talking about them. Is what I'm saying.
But it's funny because the Jeff, the problem I have is this. This is the problem I have. I go into trolling and I have to pull myself back. You know,
Hmm.
so I do go into trolling sometimes. I do. I'm not going to lie to you,
No,
but
yeah,
I
they
don't.
all do. Every single one of.
Yeah.
There's no one
But
in this little cluster that doesn't go into
well,
trolling.
the difference is I don't troll you and you don't troll me. We have a different dynamic. Like in other words, it's kind of hard to explain. Like you're one of the only panels that I've ever been up on. Well, no, not you. There's a couple other, like there's ladies panels I go up on. Dude, I go up on panels where it's like a bunch of ladies. I'm the only dude up there. And we just have fun. We just laugh. We just joke around. There's no trolling. There's no disrespect or anything like that. But, you're one of the only male balanced platforms that I don't troll, but Jeff, I'm trying the hardest I can, bro, because people will attack me. And I can
No, I
attack back.
do. I see you try. I believe that.
Yeah. I'm trying my hardest just to chill. But it's like it's hard when people are attacking you. It's hard. It's not easy
I
to
know.
do. But
I know. I've left panels too many times. I hardly even go on them anymore.
but I always show you respect. I always do. I appreciate you having me up. But the thing is that you're creating something. You're creating a platform. You're creating it. I hate when they say safe zone. It's not a safe zone because people can get
No, it's an
attacked.
unsafe space. It's in the description.
Yeah. You know what you're doing? You're trying to create a fair atmosphere. Fair. Just a fair
I'm just
atmosphere.
trying to create a place where people can talk and have the kind of conversations they might not get to have in other places, and certain types of people that might not necessarily get to
Can
talk in other
coexist.
places.
Jeff, in an alternate universe, like I'm a hardcore Christian. You're a Satanist. Like we're not supposed to be friends. We're supposed to be enemies, right? But dude, I love you, man. I get along with you great. Like there's no animosity there. There is. Bro. I'm not placating you. I'm telling you, I care about you. Like I really do. And I've never said for you to turn the other way or you should believe what I believe, or you never said to me I should believe what you believe. We respect each other's views, and we just talk as human beings. That's it.
Welcome,
That's all
Spike.
it is. Spike,
Mike, you need a hug. Come on, bro.
You have
no,
anything you
no.
want to
But
wrap up
Spike,
on or add at the end here?
Spike is a really, really good of reading the
Jeff
room.
is.
Spike,
Don't know. Philip, Jeff is.
yeah.
He's ending right
Spike,
now.
Spike, you have to admit, anytime I'm ever on Jeff's panel, I'm always on my best behavior to him, not other
Well,
people. Spike.
I
Yeah,
already
yeah,
told you that that's what I believe.
Yeah.
yeah.
But Mike, bro, I've been in the car listening for a couple hours. I haven't paid a lot of attention, but
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's mentioned you. And maybe in the chat here and there, you'll always have a Mike troll somewhere.
Yeah.
But like you're creating that whole energy. In my opinion, I haven't been paying as much of attention as I could have, but I was driving around and I was listening and looking at the chat at red lights and stuff. And it's been good vibes with or without you. So I don't think that you really have to take on this vibe on your shoulder. I think at least today it's been sort of a clean vibe on Just Channel with or without you being around.
Sure. And I was on earlier, and then it got a little spicy, and then I dropped down. But other than that, yeah, I was on earlier, but I dropped down. But I go to this channel. I go to Miss Lady T. I go to Messy Sweet Spot. I go to some other channels that are really large channels. Like Messy Sweet has 500,000 subscribers, and I go up there and we talk, and it's always positive. It's never negative. So it's nice to have different kinds of platforms.
Got it in you. You definitely have it in you, Mike. I mean, something I want to credit Jeff for is that everyone, I know that you're saying that we have different beliefs and we get along great, but you know what? Something that Jeff's doing on some scale, everyone's doing that, whether it's the Wombats, the Tommies, the Cap Guns, everyone comes up here and respects the panel, not just you. And
Well,
I always do because I'm just that guy, but whatever, you know.
I don't believe all that, Spike. I believe some people do come up and do take poke shots and disrespect.
They do.
But the one thing that I do is I protect Jeff.
But
I don't
do it
I don't
too.
attack. I don't attack
think-
him. Yeah. Go ahead.
Barbara, you can, but not today because I'm trying to wrap it up. But
Yeah.
next time he's
Well-
on, if he wants to, if he wants to, you can.
It's being up on Jeff's to me is very therapeutic.
Absolutely, for everyone, but Mike, as well as I know you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put this on Jeff, but this is like medicinal for you. This is actually in all of the channels I've seen you on, which has been quite a few. You have, the chat's going to hate me for even saying this, but you have been on your better behaviors here. Absolutely. And it's probably good for you.
It's
it's good for everyone,
The
but
power of peer support and community.
and body doubling.
And
It's Jeff, you don't realize this, but you're very therapeutic. You kind of bridge the gap between chaos and love. It's like you kind of go between the two, and people will gravitate towards that. So continue.
I don't know about the love part, but the chaos. I've had a lot of practice with the chaos.
Well, all right. So instead of saying love, let's say camaraderie. Let's say people that come together,
or even community. I'll even take that.
Yeah. Try to share their views. But
what does QO minutes mean? Q. Where's the Q? Is it 10? 10? I feel like a whore.
So
a
Jeff,
cheap one at that.
So Jeff, Spike has known me for years, and like you said, I'm different on your panel. I'm completely different. So thank you, Spike. I appreciate.
So if
that.
you're in control of how you show up, then and for the most part, I think you do. I think you do try to show up your best every time. But there are moments, and it's not just you, because others do it too, where you get pulled into acting out of your.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a little vicious. I'm a little vicious, Jeff.
It's like toddlers on the playground. At
exactly. But no, I try to show you the most respect because I appreciate your platform. And it's a crazy dynamic. I mean, dude, me and you are opposites, Jeff, but we get along, right? We get along. Like, we don't argue or anything.
How do you feel about this Barbara person, and who is she?
That's a very negative influence, but you do whatever you want, my friend.
Well, no, I wouldn't do it without your.
Yeah.
Well, they went toe to toe one night, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, came up and started cursing at me and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, whatever you want to do, my
friend. Hey, can you make my avatar big? That's one of my drawings, by the way.
Let me see. That's awesome.
Just for a little self promo.
That's awesome, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah, I could never.
That's killer, man.
Draw that well. I took.
Sorry, I rarely do that, but I'm looking at my avatar, going, "Oh, that was pretty good a couple years ago." Yeah.
Spike loves greasy burgers at 4 a.m. He loves an In-N-Out burger at 4 a.m.
I tell you what I'll do. I will bank this $9.99, and they can think about it, talk it over, whatever. Mike could take some time, and then at some point in the future, remind me that this chat was sent, and I'll give them their 10 minutes if they both consent.
No problem. The problem is that Barbara Knight came up on a panel I was on and just started cursing at me for like 5 minutes. It's just cursing. I'm like,
yeah, see, that's what I don't want. Like when Andrew and I went back and forth, that's all he did with me. We didn't have an actual discussion. He just kept yelling over me.
And Andrew was trying to get me to fight him, meet him somewhere in Ohio. It's like, dude, I'm a grown man.
Oh, I meant Andrew Wilson, but you're talking about the Andrew from.
Whoa, wait, Mike, you've challenged people to fights, and then when they actually challenge you back, you sort of back down.
Well, I don't back down. I just think it's better just to drop
you
back.
couldn't put up a good fight, but you then suddenly go, why do you want to fight all of a sudden? But you've challenged them. You use the panels to challenge people. Like when you're on a panel, because you're on a panel more than most people, you'll call them out whether they're chatting or on a panel, and say, I can destroy you. And that's sort of why the whole 6'3" came. I mean, nobody knows my height. Well, actually, I told you because I was battling you one day. But I'm 2 inches shorter than you. But nobody knows each other's height. But the only reason why they know yours is because you always talk about it, because you talk about sizing up competitors. You talk about challenging them. And you might be a badass on the mat. Maybe you are. But you talk about it. See, I don't ever talk about stuff like that. With you, I talked once because I used to roll. I used to do jiu-jitsu. But I don't prove myself on the internet. I don't talk about that. It's just weird for me. But other people who actually train all the time, there are a few out there. I think Andrew is actually somebody who used to train. Might talk to you about it, might challenge you. Dang, why'd you drop, man? I was
Probably
on a
his
roll.
connection.
No, I know. But
Hey,
is that
Lanza,
not
what's
okay?
up? You got anything at the last minute?
Oh no, I didn't realize you had already been going for like 3.5
Oh, well, I mean, I was
hours.
prepared to go longer, but they're pulling me into Survivor Land, and I have to. It's maybe it's the ADHD, but I have the drama pulling me one direction. I have Survivor people pulling me another, and I have this momentum that I'd like to keep going, and
Like,
I'm making decisions in the moment.
correct me if I'm wrong though. Are you talking about the show?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
so it's
watching the
called, what's
Discord.
it called?
Survivor.
At this
Like
point, don't you think it would be called Survivors?
Yeah, you would, wouldn't it? Survivors.
It's like season 89 of Survivor.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But there's only one each individual season, so I think they to try to keep up that connotation.
Yeah, well,
I've had co-host. I've had mixed. I don't know. I feel like I'm better when I keep it solo. I want collaborators. I'm a natural collaborator. I'm constantly looking for collaborators and co-hosts and co-creators and all that. But every time I find them, or think I find them, it turns out that I'm often better having done it on my own. Is the lesson I'm learning. Yeah, with Shady's sake. My heart, I crave co-hosts and collaborators.
You do good on your own.
For yeah, that's for long term. It seems like it's better to just be a one-man show. But anyone's welcome to come up as often as they want and hang out and help with the stream or the conversation, or whatever.
Do you mind telling me what did I miss about the $9.99 thing? Was that a challenge for 10 minutes?
They want him and Barbara to talk for 10 minutes.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So
it'd be awesome.
He seemed ambivalent, so I want to give him some time to like consider it and give it a fair thought. And if he doesn't do it, I'll keep that $9.99 and they could apply to somebody at some point. Just remind me that it's there.
Well, I can remind you what it's upside down.
Okay. Hey, Mike. Jeff, did I hear you like a month ago talking about that you like going to Starbucks?
No, you probably heard me or somebody provoking me into a conversation about I'm constantly fighting with the baristas at Starbucks.
Well,
I try to go.
Hank mentioned since you got a super chat of $2, you did mention you're like, oh man, maybe I can get a Starbucks now. That was the one time I remember you mentioning it.
Oh, maybe I used it just figuratively to mean a coffee, a fancy coffee.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
And Liliana, let me just clarify this again. I've said it many times before. The super chats, you're welcome to suggest whatever you want in them, but none of them are guaranteed. So you're welcome to negotiate in the comments ahead of time to make sure.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bank this one. So
yeah. So Jeff, the whole thing was
as soon as this trust money comes out, I'm buying all you niggas off the panel.
So Jeff, when Barbara Knight came up, she did nothing.
Like actually,
two sentences, Mike. 2 sentences. Make it good.
I'm gonna contact Mike's internet service provider and pay them triple just to take his internet away. Sorry, I didn't mean to start anything.
Oh,
I
I
just thought it
don't
was
know if you
funny to
went
say.
mute or what. Oh, well,
Who just
okay.
screamed?
Did you free? He froze, right?
I think so. But did
Oh,
somebody just scream the F word?
No,
Oh.
I didn't hear anything, but I miss a lot over here.
sounds like Mike's disconnected.
But it was about Barbara and all that drama, so I could save that for the next episode. So, Lanza, you have anything you want to leave us with?
Wait, I'm not crazy. Just confirmed. Just confirmed. I did hear the F word.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I just hear it in my brain. Not
Who said the N word?
Maybe I'm
Oh,
just immune
I said
to it.
nigga. I
Yeah.
said when the trust
Oh, right.
fund,
You're buying
when the
everybody off
trust
the
fund
panel.
money comes through, I'm buying the whole metaverse off.
Well, then it's the next episode.
No, enjoy your freedom while you got it.
Whatever these are divided into. Because it's me taking a break and maybe coming back later tonight. So if the Sharks want to stick around and circle, or maybe just tomorrow, maybe just take the night off and take a panel break.
Well, the next episode, great album by Dr. Dre. Peace out. Thank you for having me up. I just wanted to chat real quick with y'all.
I
And,
appreciate the insight. I really do. This is good feedback.
I'm protecting you, Jeff. I'm
From
protecting
you and
you.
Philip both, especially
Smoke
about the
weed every
drama
day.
stuff.
Hey. All right. Peace, guys.
Thanks, Spike. Take care. All right, I'm gonna go do my self-care and take my own mental health break, and who knows, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Wasn't that a song from the 80s? Maybe a Laura Branigan song? Anyway, yeah, we just wrapped up. It was a mix, like a hodgepodge, a grab bag of a little bit of drama, a little bit of conversation. And right now I'm going to go in the Discord and watch Survivor a little bit and take a break and eat and all that stuff. And then I might be around later tonight. It might be much later. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. So that's where things stand now. And take care. Thanks a lot, everyone. Oh, right. See, I already forgot. I forgot all about him, Philip. That was that selective memory. He sets up a dynamic where I feel like I end up in the bully position, and I don't intend or mean to. But he has this way of bitching out in such a way that it maneuvers me into a very specific role, and I don't know how to guard against it or navigate around it. He's a slippery one. Speaking of top trolls, there's a few other names I could throw out, but you probably could spot them yourself. And that'll rob me of the enjoyment of seeing you all discover it on your own. Anyway, okay, good night, Plasma, everybody else. And maybe I'll see you later tonight, or maybe it'll be tomorrow. But it'll be sometime, hopefully.